Satyrs spew their hate. Lies unfold before our ears. Podcast rage to calm our fears. Reclaim gaming and DragonCast. Fire breathing wine, screaming loud. Lavistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight, we're taking flight. DragonCast. Worlds clash in endless collision. Gaming news with a fierce precision. With a spark so wild it breaks the norm. In the tempest eye of face the score. Truth burns with a psychotic roar. Corrupt suits sneer what they despise. DragonCast will open your eyes. Integrity found in DragonCast. Fire breathing metal, screaming loud. Lavistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight, we're taking flight. DragonCast. DragonCast. Justice cut through the dark. Lavistro's roar ignites the spark. A dragon's heart fiercely defends the gaming world. Our passion ascends. This is DragonCast. DragonCast.
Hello and welcome to DragonCast. Today we have a special treat. It's not every day we get to talk about indie game devs with an indie game developer. But before we introduce him, we're going to acknowledge the chat because that's why we're all here, so we should all be grateful for all of y'all. We have Saku Kocho Start Dragon. Hello. We have Lord Dragneel. We have our special guest, St. Hugo. You'll see him in a moment. Freedom Fighter 76, hello. Lionheart, welcome. K Gounet Queen as well, hello. And I think that's everybody. Oh, we obviously have Dash Attack. Speaking of which, we have Valkyria Winner. Hey, and James OP. Hey, Dash, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I just got done playing some Player Obscure, did a pretty long playthrough, and then I was just watching Ryan Roger finish up Dustborn. He's finally done. He no longer has to suffer.
I'm glad. I can't stand watching you dumb animals suffer like that. I really can't. But Bo and Dan hasn't told me if they're going to be in or if they're late. Dan obviously was streaming real late last night, so he's probably passed out. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and introduce our special guest, St. Hugo. Hello, St. Hugo. How are you doing?
Well enough. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Yes. Now, we got 3 questions here. Now, we've already told you how this works, so that way, we don't catch you off guard because we caught some people off guard. But I speak for my chat here. Who the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing on my channel? And why the fuck should my channel care?
Well, I'm the one who started making a hypnotic game, which basically started as a playable meme and has grown for over half a year now. Every time I have the time to, sink my teeth into it. And the plan is to get it out of the door by half year. So
Yes.
It's getting closer.
Mm. So, is this your first title, or how much experience have you had in the indie game development?
Most of the stuff I made before was countless mods, starting from way back when the first Half-Life came out, made mods and maps, recycled some Half-Life maps for Counter-Strike and vice versa.
Mm.
Um, went on to StarCraft maps and mods, and so many more. With this engine, it's the first real project, aside from some small, well, test runs, one could say. And so I'm using the experience I'm gathering here now to, well, learn this particular engine well enough to make a game which I can actually sell. This one has too much obvious references.
Yes. Real quick, chat. If y'all have questions you want to ask St. Hugo as the stream is going, we will definitely try to address them as they come. And Dash Deck, you already know if you want to ask questions, you just interject. I tend to shut up when y'all ask
Yeah,
questions.
and I'll try not to interrupt because I have
Oh,
a problem.
you know me. So if y'all got to ask questions, I told you I want.
Yeah.
We had a really
So,
good panel last time.
Can I
so I want
ask
to keep this up.
one question? If it's not all right. So, what genre is the game going to be?
It's a side scroller with mostly punching and kicking, but some special abilities which are unlocked as you go.
Nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
And
did. Go ahead.
yeah, some platforming is inside there, and well, maybe some mini games if I get those working as I intend to in time.
Do I get to be a final boss for one of the levels?
There will be a final boss too, yes.
Yeah. By the way, Sonia, I know you know because you told me about it. I just found out he had a channel, and I was falling behind on that. And I watched some of his videos on it. Did you go ahead and start posting his channel so people could follow him? Because the game looks awesome. I'll agree. But so you've mostly done mods, and you work on your free time. So that means that you do another job while you're learning and building your game, the Hypnotic game.
Yeah, I'm, well, basically tech support currently, but I've done test automation and stuff like that before too.
So you have a bit of experience in code.
Yeah, I am a programmer actually.
Yeah, that's that's what people don't realize. You like no matter if you do the art side or the level design or even just like to write the game design document and mechanics, everyone has to know at least some bit of code in game design.
Sooner
So
or
yeah,
later you need it. Yeah.
yeah, everyone because sometimes the programmer can't do it all. He's got to make the mechanics and the main engine run and support, and sometimes you have to integrate your work into his code. So that's one thing I learned real quick. And my college taught me C#, and found out when I got out everyone wanted C++, so I had to relearn everything again. So I still don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's the same.
That
That's the
was
same code my college was teaching.
C plus or C sharp?
C sharp.
Yeah. And you know what the irony is? I don't want to name my school, but it's one of the biggest game design schools and art schools in the country, in the US. Like Hollywood and like everything has to do with entertainment media uses this school to find prospective clients. Like one of my professors worked on Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but we were learning C#. Go figure. But I gotta ask, St. Hugo, did you just like one day wake up and decide I'm going to make a hypno game? Like, why a hypno game? Why a game at all? Why did you decide you want to jump from mods to games, and why hypno? I mean, he's awesome, obviously, but why hypno?
Well, it is within the gaming topics my favorite channel, especially since well, the topics are games mostly. So less of the drama part and more about actual game topics. Suddenly decided to make a game? No, that's not it. I always wanted to make complete games, but well, had to make room for it. And well, this is my training project, and after that, I'll give it a full-scale shot.
Yes. What's the biggest challenge you had? Well, we'll start. I guess we'll have to integrate the Hypnotic Game into the question. So the two topics will be one. So I guess I'll ask, what engine are you using to make the Hypnotic Game?
Pixel Game Maker MV.
Oh, wow! I haven't heard that one in a long time. I only had one commission on Pixel Maker.
I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of freedom, and basically can bend it to every idea you have. So yeah, it's fun to use.
Mm-hmm. So Pixel Maker MV, for context, it's been a while since I used it, but for those who don't know, if I remember correctly, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Pixel Maker MV is from the creators of RPG Maker, and it is great for solo development. If I remember correctly,
Developer and publisher is Gotcha Games. Just checked again.
formerly
Yeah,
Kudo Wako or something like that.
RPG Maker, MZ, and so on. Yeah, same.
So you mainly use JavaScript. I watched some of the videos. Looks like you clipped out some artwork and developed your own sprites. It's very bright and colorful.
Some some sprites are my own. Others are just copied from sprite resources. But that is basically on purpose.
Yep.
So
being an indie dev and a shoestring budget, you have to use what you can get.
Yeah, even making a concrete tile 16x16 takes up so much time if you get lost in it.
Yeah, so is this platform inspired by any particular console or era of platformer?
SNES.
SNES. Okay.
That's my childhood.
So I still want to know, like, why a Hypnotic Game? Only like I play a lot of games in these games and stuff like that. And I could be wrong, but I've never heard of a streamer game. So Hypnotic is kind of like, did Hypnotic come to you and say you're going to do it, or did you go to Hypnotic and say, I want to make a game based on your content? Like, does he even know you're making this game? Like,
yeah, he does know about it. And one of the videos from several months ago was even shown on SNH once.
I must have missed that episode.
But I started that out of my own accord. So, well, after a while watching Hypnotic, it was just like so much channel lore is perfect to make something further out of it.
Yeah, I remember trying to log down all lore. Do you know lore happens on Hypno's servers and channels so much? I gave up. Like, I was trying to make lore pages for everybody. back almost a year ago, and there's just so many things happening all at once. This was during the time he went from I wanted the last of the OG mods, like before he started blowing up. And I built his server, and then afterwards I was trying to build the lore for people coming in, and he just started blowing up. Like 1 minute he was 5K subscribers, then he was 10K, then 15K, then 50K. After a while, I just started giving up. I was like, I can't keep up with the freaking shit that you're going for right now. It's like it's just too much.
From what I understand, that's really how like channels grow. Like one minute you're like a 1,000 sub channel, next minute you're a 50K sub channel.
Yeah, and to be fair, he blew up because of Gamergate 2, and it was mostly because of his transparency. Like, believe it or not, his snarkiness and transparency. Because, well, everyone was talking about it, but he was kind of speaking, in my personal view, he was kind of speaking the way the viewers felt. Like, he was saying what the viewers were thinking. And
Absolutely.
that's what blew him up, because he was saying something totally different. And then people started paying attention to him, and all he was trying to do is kind of like me, kind of like Dash. He's just some idiot on the camera, just wanting to share their thoughts.
Yeah, I know he was like that during the whole Kingdom Come discourse too. He's just like gave his honest opinion. He didn't like, even if it clashed with like certain narratives, and and I think people respect that.
Yep, and he's very humble too, because like going to the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, he started going on the Steam. Is the KCD2's Steam Warhorse was like censoring reviews, and I was like, actually no, it's just the one. They still have all the reviews, but look at the bottom here. It says I'm sailing the high seas. That's Steam that did kick that out, because they don't take that shit lightly, the piracy thing. So he went back and he says that he didn't have to tag me, but he tagged me and says, thanks to Lavistro, I overlooked this thing, and yeah, Steam doesn't take piracy lightly. They will literally ban you, kick you, give you punitive action if you mention you're going to pirate the game. So he's always quick to correct himself, and I mean, he dragged me out of the lurker pool. Like like I say, I was just giving him super chats because it was funny to watch his mind break over $50, $100 super chats back in the day. Like his brain would break. He'd leave the room. So, and then he pulled me out at the mod, and then, well, eventually I ended up streaming myself. So I tell people, if you hate the fact that I stream, you don't like my takes, you don't like this purple dragon being snarky, you have Hypno to thank for that, because I consider myself just a small channel under Hypno, under the big first. I don't really consider myself my own thing, even though I kind of am. But so yeah, your game, like, could you tell us, is there a story? Like, what's when we say Hypnotic Game, obviously the bigot verse that follows me, they're gonna exactly know what we're talking about. But for everyone that's like watching the replay later, or I have people that's from the former Geeky Gamers tabletop and other circles, they're probably not going to know what the Hypnotic Game is. So could you tell us more about it?
It's basically a series of many references, former topics, small, big, the usual suspects from SNH, and some other channels that are well known within gaming and nerd spaces. And well, so far there is not really a storyline, but I'm in the process of rearranging the scenes. So it will be, I hope, in chronological order, considering the channel lore and the topics as they went through all the circles. If
Nice.
that makes sense.
No, it does. So when I mean story, right? I mean obviously games got more advanced. Like, are we fighting a culture war? Are we? Oh, hold on. Look who finally decided to show up. You're fired.
How's it going, my brother?
How's it going?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Furious Dan, obviously you were streaming late, and you also said in chat you had to work.
Yeah, I
Right,
just came out of
everything's
work
good?
just now, and I just set up everything very quickly. I'm
And
doing
you
good.
didn't offer me a beer.
I'm gonna offer you a beer later on tonight if you have a little bit of a donation button for me to donate for beers.
Mm-hmm. Probably that
So
was
how you
it.
been, my brothers? How's the chat doing? Yeah, I had a great weekend. I had a horrible week at work, but I had a great weekend, and I had a great stream last night. So I am kind of celebrating a little bit. That's a good thing.
Yes, it's Saturday. You got to celebrate.
I have
But,
to. You know. It's
I mean,
just
you know it's where what today's topic is, but
I do have a
we're-
topic.
No, I'm saying you know what today's topic is, like the main
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah, the Saint Hugo's Hypno video game.
What do you know about it?
It looks good. I mean, it's like a
Seen it?
16-bit, kind of like a 16-bit, game. And I've been looking at it so far. It looks really good.
Am I the only one who hasn't seen it?
I've seen it a bunch of
Did I
times.
not send y'all the link to his?
It's
Oh,
fantastic work.
wow! I have not. Whoops. But yeah.
By the way, you like my new gear?
yes,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
But
Thank you.
I gotta get some stuff with some
Nice, yes.
branding.
I'll
yeah,
let you know, bro.
His YouTube's in the private comments, so you can take a
yeah.
quick peek.
I'll let you know how to get them, how to make them, and where I make them.
But
Okay, Dash?
back to the
Yeah.
topic.
So,
And the bandana is the logo too.
where's the game footage? Oh, right
It's
here.
in his-
Into the
there you
bagel
go.
verse, the pit. Oh, can I put
Yeah,
it
so-
up on the screen?
Cheers.
I guess so. I
Oh,
mean,
please.
Yeah, let's do this.
it's
Let's-
public, so let's do it.
Yeah, share the screen. Okay.
All right. You know what? Let me do this proper.
Oh, let
There
me
we
just
go.
sub to you right now.
Yes,
Right.
do that. And yes, if you're a Bigot member and you haven't subbed to St. Hugo, then what the fuck are you doing? And if you haven't subbed to me or joined my Discord, what the fuck are you doing? Because St. Hugo is also now in the Cyber Dragon list for the Dragon Alliance, which means whenever you post a new Bigot video, we're gonna know about it.
All
you
right,
should
let's play.
definitely do that.
Yeah, I just subscribed to him on YouTube. I can't subscribe to him on
Hey.
X.
I am the crazed CEO
But I
of
will.
Sweet Baby Inc., the DEI-obsessed censorship mafia who
Did you zoom it up, Dash? I just can't do it on my end.
That you've ever played.
In the name of the goon, I'll punish you. Negatori. Negatori. Negatori.
But,
Did he
but
send you that, or did you
No,
just
I
clip it from his?
forgot to make him say things I needed.
Mentality.
That looks so goddamn funny.
That is
Oh,
his
man.
voice too, which is awesome.
That is. We need to put a purple dragon in there too in a dash attack.
No.
Yeah, I hope I mean, I wouldn't ask, like, put whoever you want in the game, but, like, this is
I told him
really
I had
good.
to be in the game as a final boss for some reason.
Why you want to be the final
No,
boss?
the
You
final
should,
boss
you should,
has
you-
to
Because I
be
broke
for-
his brain last year.
yeah, you should be the hero who destroys woke.
It needs to be like Anita Sarkeesian or
No,
Alyssa.
better yet, if he
Make
goes,
Kimberly the final
Probably
boss.
not Alyssa because we don't want him to get sued.
yeah.
No,
No, if he's,
You'll
if
be
he's-
the glider mount thrown from a Palsphere.
Oh, great! I'll be
basically, yes.
fucking
Oh,
Yoshi.
man.
I was thinking more like Final Fantasy when you collect a certain amount of SP points. You know, you summon.
Oh,
Oh.
this looks funny. It's that Jill guy from X.
big booty Adam Page. Is that Hypnotic upside down throwing farts at killing?
Yeah, it looks like an air.
I am going to say that you might have to do something to change their faces later. So, like, it's
That is
not
hilarious.
like well known that that's real people. 'Cause otherwise, you could face a lawsuit.
Yeah,
I will buy
Other than
this
that, though,
game
it looks
if you
fun.
don't say one thing.
safety measures will be implemented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are
'Cause right now, this
placeholders.
is what we would call a concept phase.
This is hilarious. I'll tell you right now, bro. I'm sorry.
And I spent way too much time into recreating the old channel intro. So
This is advertisement, though. I'll tell you right now.
Dice.
It'd be kind of cool if you were able to.
Oh my god, there's so many of them now.
This is like freaking playing Galaga.
Pretty much.
I love Galaxy.
Now, is it mouse and keyboard, or will it also have a controller? Because I'm disabled, I need to use a controller.
well, I haven't taken care of that, but
I tell you, I admire creativity. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shout out.
so in the end, a controller will work.
Oh, awesome. Because I would definitely get this game, even if I'm not in it. I mean, like it's Hypno game. It looks fun. Yeah, I would definitely get it. So, what are you planning on? Like, where are you planning on platforming? Just Steam, or are you thinking about itch.io or?
Well, not sure yet, since this will be a free-for-all title. So, well,
it's a free
guess
game.
I'll see. Yeah, if you look at the other videos, I mean, I straight up used Super Mario World tile sets and so on. So,
I didn't notice it.
that wouldn't go that well if I tried to sell it.
Yeah, one of my friends, he posted his own work a long time ago, and he was just trying to promote something for his music. And it's called Heroes Must Die, and it's a free game with Steam achievements and all that stuff. Speaking of which, if you do put it on Steam, are you going to try to do Steam achievements?
Now,
Like-
this one won't
Like
go
linear
off the-
progression achievements or something?
No.
No.
When I actually make one I can sell, that's a different topic, but this one will not go on Steam.
I would recommend itch.io at least.
Yeah, I know about them.
And I think it's called Pixel Underground or something Underground. They also allow you to put your games up for free for indies. But itch.io is probably the
make a note
more
of that.
popular. Yeah. I'll have to look it up. I haven't used them in a very long time. So I have to go find my game dev folder. Like I literally shut down my freelancing last year because I was just getting tired of some of the jobs I was getting, and then one company decided not to pay me, which we were in a legal battle for the whole summer. And yeah, it was not fun. So I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'd rather just stream and make my own game privately, which I don't put online because I ain't got nothing to show yet. It's all blocks and shapes still. So yeah, how much fun is it? How much time are you putting into it? Like, are you like living in a dimly lit room with a scraggly beard and unkempt hair, or do you actually take care of yourself? Like, how do you balance work and gaming or game design?
Well, I have 2 small children, so I'm quite outside a lot too.
Oh yeah, kids.
And since I'm raising them on my own, I'm pretty busy usually. So
Oh, you're like
take
me.
it-
You're a single dad, full-time single dad.
yeah,
Oh my god, I knew we were going to hit off right away. We were so much alike. We're both game dads. We both like Hypnotic, and we're both single full-time dads.
yeah, nice.
Ooh.
So as much time as I can spend on it. No, aside from Expedition 33 happening, I just had to play that straight away.
Who are you texting there, buddy?
I'm texting you a topic that I really interesting to talk about. So we'll talk about it later.
Okay, because you don't look like you're interested in
It's
the conversation.
already on X. It's a
I
video
don't
game
have
topic.
X.
I'll check your. I'll check
But you have Dragon X.
Yeah, you could. But anyways, does anyone have any other questions? Also, chat again. Y'all can feel free to ask questions. I'm actually looking through the chat while asking Hugo questions.
You see, somebody wants to get me fired again.
Oh.
One time I'm bringing them good games.
Are you
What
talking
the
about
hell?
Hold on.
this thing you just retweeted?
Is
No.
it part of the current topic?
No. I was just wondering what Dan was talking about before.
Okay, yeah. We'll bring that up here
It's a
in
topic.
moment.
It's a topic.
Yeah,
Trust
we'll
me.
bring it up here in a moment. I want to make sure we ask everyone questions. See. I'm missing some questions. I thought I saw a question in here. Ooh, this is not being good again. This is not being organized. But yeah, so how many hours have you, well, not hours, or I guess days would probably be a better thing. How many days have you been working on this? Like
Ooh.
ballpark at least. When did you start it? And like obviously you have a job, you have kids, so you can't work on it every waking moment. So like,
Well, to put it this way, I have almost 600 hours in Pixel Game Maker and
ooh,
another 700 in my Sprite program. So
are you using
yeah,
Sprite?
Sprite, yeah.
That's a very popular one. So, wow, 600. It's
Not
that
all
is
of it
amazing.
is for this now, but most
Yeah.
of it.
How close you think you are? Are you halfway? Are you almost done with it? Like with the main concept. Obviously, you have to fix your sprites, this and that, but like from gameplay, how close are you to getting done for? You just need to do the polish, and when could we see it announced?
Well, like I said, I plan to release it within 2 months by now. So
2 months. Holy shit.
I try to get as many things into it this month, and from there on out, I will just polish for another month.
Are you looking for any QA testers to test your game later, or you have someone in mind? Like, obviously, if you do it because of shoestring budget and being indie, you're looking for volunteers, right? If you
Yeah,
were.
once uh, somewhere at beginning next month, I will use Discord to ask around who would like to try it out. So, not yet, but soon.
All right. So you got a game coming with based on Hypnotic's streams, and it's going to be a short game made on Pixel MD. Probably butchered that title. And it takes up a lot of your free time. Let's just put it that way. And you're hoping to have it ready, polished with all the bells and whistles and changes you might need to make done by July.
Thing is, since all the content inside it is channel lore, I don't want it to be too far in the past.
Oh yeah,
So I decided to just get done what I have now, put some more stuff in it, and set me the deadline myself. So
Yeah, save the extra stuff for a sequel.
Yeah. You don't I don't know if you're using power-ups and stuff, but here's the suggestion. Health, like so Mario has his mushrooms or whatever, like extra life stuff, right? Everyone has their little first aid kit, so to speak, to increase their HP or lives. It'd be kind of awesome if you used the waifu battle or even just the waifu battle logo as the HP or extra life for Hypnotic.
The headsets, the earphones are the symbol for the lives. And the
Oh,
pickups
okay.
are the Bigot Burger, Bigot Fries, and what was the last one? Well, so that's actually something I did pretty much at the start.
Yep. I think the game looks pretty cool, and I'm glad you let me interview on it as well. I think we need to look for elsewhere and be inspired by things, and I think this is the Tuxin. Hello. I just love what you thought. Anyways, I being an indie when I do freelance in India, people tell me it's so hard to make a game. Yes, it is, but the common question they ask follow up is they don't know what to make, and I think what Hugo is doing is a perfect example. Just start with something. And ironically, I started with mods too. I was making mods in Skyrim, and I can't tell you which ones I did. I don't. I try to keep Lavistro and the voice of Lavistro two separate identities for a reason. But I had worked on Skyrim mods and some Oblivion mods back in the day, and then I went into game design. And most people I've seen I've worked with would had random games that they didn't think it was going to do very well. Like one person had an idea about what if you were basically Thumbelina in Chef Ramsay's kitchen, and that became Baker's Dozen, is what he ended up calling it later on. But it was a pretty good platformer game. He made out a construct. And there are people that just branch out from there. So, chat, again, if you have questions for Hugo, like, how to get into the business, or in the industry, what how he does certain things. Again, y'all can ask throughout the topic. I think we're kind of shortened out the. So I'm check. I lost my notes, so my son drew on them actually, so I can't read them. I'm literally sitting here looking at my notes for questions, and I can't read because he drew all over them.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, it makes me
Also,
look very professional.
Being pulled out of bed at 6 o'clock on a Saturday, which was like almost 19 hours ago for me.
Oh yeah, you're overseas.
Yeah, I'm a real original evil German. So
Yeah.
Schmetterling everyone. And other.
If I would have realized you were German, which I didn't think about, I would have just had this as a joke, but I would have had that one German song. No, I'm just teasing you. But no, I'm very glad to have met you, and I think it's great what you're doing. I think the whole streamer concept and the fact Hypno actually gave you the thumbs up to use his likeness and voice to make a Bigitverse game is awesome. And I got to cover it before Hypnotic, kinda. I didn't realize he had it on the SNH panel, which fucking sucks. But
well, that's been some time ago, and definitely not an interview or something like that. So
someone just brought it up, I guess. But no, do you have anything you wanted to point out on your game? Or I know we're obviously going to give you your time to advertise your product, but what do you like best about your game? Like, because I do want to give more people a chance to ask you questions, which people are being shy. But when you're making your game, everyone's great. Like everyone has that pride of, look what I did. So when you make your game, and it include me, like one of my projects is right here in Unreal Engine, right? That's one of my projects. But I use that as a background for my character because I'm proud of it. So what part of Big Verge are you really, really proud of on your game?
Well, the humor, I would say. So all the references and the intention that it is supposed to be funny. Especially if you take the time and watch the video where you can see the hypnotic intro from before. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. And I hope everyone who tries it will crack some smiles too. I'm not good at shilling for myself. I think.
It's okay. You're doing great. The game looks awesome. I just need some more polish.
Seen and Heard is a side scroller based on the SNES era with Hypnotic as the main character.
Sorry, cat yanked out my mic cord. I keep closing that door, and I don't know why I keep doing. I think I have
But
to get a new
anyway,
studio.
like I think the game has a lot of potential. I see where you're like going with it, like capturing a bunch of like a lot of the highlights of Hypnotic's channel and making them into like funny action sequences. I think that has a lot of potential. I think his fans will greatly appreciate it.
I know I'm looking forward to it, but it's because
Many
it's a
thanks.
fucking video game. I'll play almost any game. I don't care. But the fact that it's Hypno, I think Alyssa Mercante would love this game. She won't beat the game. I know that. Not just because she's a game journalist, but because she'll enjoy herself making Hypno jump into the bottomless pits every time. There's something for everybody.
Or run into herself and just getting killed.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, see, take that hit. Like, you can't beat me.
She'll get to
I would
Looks
like
like
to
you
see her.
can't play the
she'll
game.
get to her own boss fight and just lose on purpose.
I would like to see her as the
Be
final boss.
Hypnotic.
If I see myself as a boss, then I'm gonna be like, do I want to beat myself? Yes, I'm that crazy.
Well, I would like to see you as the final boss, and then Mercante comes out of nowhere, tries to destroy one of you guys, and you eat her.
And we got people asking for it.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to pull up. I wanted to talk about another. Well, they're technically a AA company, and I did make a video on it. But unless we got someone else who wants to ask questions about the game, I was going to get into Power World because we actually seem to have that. Like, I was expecting this to be running a little bit longer, but we shortened it down, which is fine. I don't mind it. We got to expose the Big at First game, and it's pretty good. Like, I think it's fucking awesome. But if we don't have anyone else who wants to add to the topic, I was going to cover the Power World lawsuit. So, anyone want to say anything before I pull that up? Because I just accidentally clicked the tab off. It's like I could pull up my history. Yes, there's that. Okay, here we go. Thank you. But yeah, if you want to know where St. Hugo is at, St. Hugo, I know you're on the other side. Did you want to continue talking with us, or do you want? I didn't realize you were on the other side of the planet until I heard you speak. So, did you need to go back to sleep because you're a single dad? You need your sleep. I know how that goes. Or did you want to chill with us for a while?
No, I'd love to chill. I'm a night owl anyway, and
Awesome.
don't sleep that much.
Okay. Dan, well, you're gonna help me stall for time since I fucking boomered my fucking browser and shut down all my topics. So please, by all means, screen share your thing you want to discuss. That'll buy me some time.
Yes, I do have a game.
The game. That's for later. I thought you were talking about topic.
No, I don't know that I was gonna that was my topic, the game itself.
Oh, the game itself. That's not the game you recommend. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna recommend later. I mean, I can't. I mean, we're gonna have a topic about talking about upcoming games.
Yeah, yeah. That's what that was for. Like you don't have to. You didn't have to mention that yet. That was like
Okay.
towards the. Okay, for those who don't know, and I think I told you, Hugo. For those who don't know, I notice a lot of people complain that not many people are seeing good games, or that we're not being very not us DragonCast, but us as streamers in the community. We don't talk about good games coming out. Now, anyone who's followed me for over a year will know that's literally what I do. And with DragonCast, I want to make it a thing and encourage everyone who comes onto the panel, including my panelists and guests, to share a game they're looking forward to. Now, obviously, I made sure my panelists knew they can't say the bigot first because that would just be cheating. But you don't have to get the game just like I found this game was interesting and I might look into it later. So that's what Dan is referring to. Gate is basically I don't have a topic name for it yet, but I just call it for now games we're looking forward to because I'm very good at names, obviously. But yeah, so Hugo, since I got to sell for time myself, you gotta be honest with this one because I can spell bullshit, especially since you watched my podcast before. Because I've seen you in my chat. Who's better, Sonic or Mario?
Mario.
Bye, Hugo. Thanks for coming. You know, you're not a real gamer. That's obviously clear because Sonic was fucking awesome as shit. Sorry.
Listen, it's a sense of humor, Hugo. He does that to me all the time.
He was here last week.
That was
But
funny.
anyone who doesn't know, because they're obviously were probably shitting their pants or itching their daddy's pants, whichever you would like to call it. Where did it go? Actually, we could talk about this. I covered a big long video. We covered this. So who knows what's going on with EA Games?
Like they are doing
they're
this smart.
EA says they are going to be raising their prices.
Do you know why though?
No.
This is the part that people seem to get the fuck out of here, Dash. Thank you. All right. So this is the part that people aren't looking at
this point.
At this point. Now, I made a big 20-minute video covering all the freaking EA news that came out this week. Basically, I think they're all interconnected. But they laid off a bunch more people, and as they said that now that they've laid off people, they have a prospects to be big now, right? So they're keeping the games prices low for now, but I wanted to ask everybody. We all know EA's history. They're always out to get a big buck, right? They're always out to shill for this, fleece that, microtransactions this. Like, this is like a 180. And EA is known for jumping trends. Like, who's familiar with the NFT / blockchain games EA was trying to do back in the day? That failed miserably, right?
Vague
But
memories.
yeah, I can try to pull that up if I can. But here we go. Here's the EA ones. All right, so this is like back in 2021. I'm gonna have to switch the screen a little bit. Hold on. Share screen. No, that's not it. So EA's always been looking for new ways to make money, catch new trends. But yes, back in 2021, Andrew Wilson, the CEO, wanted NFTs and blockchain to be an important part of games in the coming years. How well did that work out? I need a cricket fucking clip.
Let's see. U.S. public play to earn as part of video games industry future. Is this some NFT? It's some NFT type of scheme.
Yeah. Well, hold on. So this is back in 2021.
Oh yeah, that didn't really pan out well, did it?
No, but you know who the CEO is, right?
Andrew Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Who's the CEO now?
Is it still Andrew Wilson?
You get a cookie. Yes. But I just wanted to pull that up as a refresher for people. Like, yeah, he was saying like NFTs were going to be like big thing for EA games. It's going to be the future of games. And then obviously, you know, they bought certain companies, so that means they own like BioWare and certain other companies, right? Well, this also came out this past week. EA layouts affects hundreds of workers as company turns to future growth. They're trying to say that now that they fired everybody, they're projected to grow. And there are streamers that were around longer than I've been around, obviously, longer than you possibly, Dash. No offense. Like we're all small compared to some people that were like Clownfish TV is a good example. They've been calling it since the get-go. You better start getting good at your job because once the venture capital dries up, you're going to be looked at the first one being on the chopping block. So all those people hired for the color of their skin and what was dangling between their legs or not, and who they fuck in the butt in the bedroom are being fired or laid off because
people with no skills. Nothing.
I do
exactly.
I do have to sign to say about this. Those people that's getting laid off, and I did say it on System Crash on Wednesday. Those people that's getting laid off are along next to the activists comes the actual creator that really dedicate themselves to the games, or either people that have been there for so many years. They got fired along with them for no goddamn reason, but the activists are the one that fucked everything up. So they got laid off along with the real creators of the games.
Well, a lot of like legacy creators like left these studios a long time ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem. And the thing is, when they got laid off, they were all out there protesting in front of the building, making havoc, wrecking everything. Hey, I see that on video. Trust me.
Well, no, like what people don't realize is like the Gamergate was only one part of the game industry's war. At the same time, now I don't know if Hugo knows this, but he might because, well, I do know this. The game industry itself was facing its own employees wanting to unionize, and they wanted unions for. Okay, so going off the games thing a little bit to explain this, to explain some context here. Around this time that Gamergate was going on, the Supreme Court had passed a ruling on a union saying they can't force people into the unions. You can't force people to pay memberships in the unions, something like that, right? So basically, the unions are losing their influence, for lack of better words. Let's just say that. So they're not very. Even the courts aren't doing with their bullshit and their freaking mafia type behaviors at times. So they go, and people are starting to become independent, more independent actors, more independent writers, more independent everything, right? Or they just outsource it to another country, which again, the union's fault on that one as well. But so they go looking into another industry, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry that's almost at the time has yet to rival Hollywood, but was, you know, about as popular as Hollywood. And they start talking, they hear about the crunch time, which is, you know, working long hours and this and that, right? That industry that they started weaseling into was the game industry. And they started making things like Gamers of the World Unite, Game Unions Now. And we're seeing the effects of that, right? Like I covered Bethesda just had a union union members are threatening to go on strike. And the thing is, it's like Bethesda Microsoft's like, oh yeah, you can have a union, but they never said they would recognize it. So they're complaining now that they're not being recognized. So it's hard to fire members of a union. But what's the best way if you know these people are going to be shit and you just want quick money grabs, but you don't want to look like the bad guy per se? You take your quick cash grabs and you put everyone that's on a union that are shit into a certain team. This is my theory, but this is a Lavistro theory. You put them on a team. You put that team into a studio that you just bought you plan to get rid of later, and then when the games fail, you just shut that studio down, relocate people who might be good in that studio somewhere else, and everyone else has to write resumes. And not only did you just get rid of people that you don't want, but you did so in a way that could not be your fault because, hey, we lost money playing this game, and you just got rid of a competitor. That's my headcanon theory. But what do you guys think?
There are always ways to get rid of people. So, and EA is, well, the original evil. I'm still angry for the Wing Commander series, the Ultima series, what they did to Command and Conquer.
I agree with you on that one. I'll rant here for 5 hours on that one.
Aren't they trying to bring Command and Conquer back?
Air quotes. I'm
trying.
People also don't realize is that EA also has, like, in 2 games I played recently. Dan, Dash, I'm not spoiling this for you, but if you didn't notice, you better look into your game right now and make sure it's ticked
please
off.
don't
I'm not spoiling anything. This is in the options menu. So if you haven't heard about this, sorry for the spoilers on that one. But ticked on default is you're okay with EA sharing your data. And Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the 2 latest games I played on EA.
Luckily, I paid that on PS5, not my PC.
You might want to double check that the data's ticked off. They do that to you, yeah, and they say it's to help better your experience. But come on now, we're not stupid. We know our data is the most important thing every freaking spam emailer wants. They want to know what you watch, what you do, so they can target ads to you. But yeah, this is getting kind of interesting. Dan, where'd he go?
Yeah, Dan's.
There he is. Oh, yeah, there he is. So I wanted to ask y'all's thoughts on do you think I gave you my thoughts on why this is happening. Like, we also know that with BioWare also complained. I think they're telling partial truths, yet they're salty about their game didn't work because it was supposed to be like the ultimate, like, we're going to change the world, as Hypno says, video game, and it failed. But I also think there's some truth. I think both sides have truth to the claim that they weren't getting the help they needed, and because of that, a lot of the activists took over. I think is part of the reason. But I also think they need to take responsibility. Like both EA needs to take responsibility for not monitoring their product, and the Dragon Age team should have known better and been like, okay, we're not being like, especially the seasoned devs, like, what's his name? They should have literally be like, okay, we know what to do here. We don't need, it's great that we're not being micromanaged. Let's focus on the task at hand and make a good game. So there's both factors at play here, in my view. But I also think they need to fire the CEO and hire a new CEO that's going to put them back on track. Oh shit! Look who's here! Look who's here, Boss Man. We covered your game.
Hey, Hypno, how's
Hey.
it going?
How's it going, Hypno?
Hope you're doing good. But yeah, and we have Frostfang as well. Hello, Frostfang. But yeah, we're doing well. Your new game looks awesome. I hope you have a chance to go back and watch it. But you're more than welcome to sneak in if you want to sneak in before your show. But and tell Hugo he did a good job or whatever. But yeah.
Terrible job. Depends.
Yeah. He's probably like, that's not my voice. He's like, that's not my voice. What are you doing to my voice? What did you do to my voice? Oh, you know what you should do? Like, you should make a demo for him just to fuck with him and like make his voice like super high pitched, like a munchkin in Wizard of Oz, and send it to us. Like, I just want to make sure this is good for you, and then just like wait for him to play it and be like, are you fucking serious? Oh, so it looked like he's actually got shrunk, you know what I'm talking? But anyways, I want to ask you because I also got my son needs my help. So but I want to have a conversation here. What do y'all think? Y'all think EA is actually breaking its own trends? It's trending like because it's always gone on some trend, or do you think that they're actually
I think they're reacting to the market right now with Expedition 33 and people's reaction to Nintendo overcharging.
So you think they're actually making a smart decision?
Yeah, for once. I mean, it's rare for EA, but it can happen.
It can happen, yes. But I think it's all. I think part of the reason why they're doing that, especially at this point, is they're facing the press. They're looking at Ubisoft. A lot of people are looking at Ubisoft right now with the lawsuits and stuff, right? And EA is also seeing the fact that they're going to lose their customers real quick here soon, especially if they go. I think EA knows right now because they've been hurting. Like they needed a win. They haven't had a win in their games in a while. Like of course people are going to say EA Sports, but EA Sports doesn't care. It can hardly carry the entire behemoth that is EA. You're it's like asking Zazu to carry an elephant. There's your visual reference. But EA is huge, and the EA Sports can't carry it alone, even though they did kind of air quotes quote unquote well. They were expecting Dragon Age to, be profitable. They were harping on that real big, and it failed. So, I think they're hurting, even though they're able to spin it good for the investor. We had a lot of these layoffs and stuff, but what we were doing was trimming the fat. Now we're fit, trim. We went to the gym, and we're ready to kick butt and take names. But that's my theory. This is why they're getting it. I gotta step out real quick, so I'm gonna let y'all carry the conversation on this. I do apologize. You understand? I got kids, so
Yeah.
And it's broad daylight here, so I do apologize. I'll let y'all carry on the conversation.
Well, I'd say EA is just letting the others run into the knife first and score some points with the audiences, and after that, the prices will go up, of course.
Yeah, they will, especially if everyone else does it, and they don't see a return profit. They'll raise them. EA's not. It's EA, for crying out loud. We know how they think. We know how much they actually value the customers. They just see opportunity right now. But it just so happens this decision is just to our benefit. But it could easily could be temporary.
I got something to say about this. I think the the tides are changing. I'm kind of like noticing a little bit of things that's been going on with our gaming industry. Uh, First of all, we're GTA 6. I don't trust the companies yet until it's fully like accurate of what I'm gonna see. So the best thing is to see gameplay more than I see trailers. Trailers could look good and everything, but if we see gameplay, it's much more truthful than just seeing the trailers, and we get to know what we are dealing with, or what we are playing, what can we and where we are investigating. Like I like I said, I mean, it's gonna take time to see characters come back to normal again. Uh, for me, with the EA situation, I remember EA used to be great back then, as I was growing up back in the '90s to the 2000s. I do believe what Dragon Master said, that it's been shit for quite a while, because he did said that in the chat. But to tell the truth, EA was great back then as I was growing up. It just turned to shit after 2015. That's when I started to see garbage, games out of EA. And that's my perspective on that one. I mean, hopefully, you know, yeah,
EA did many misdeeds before.
yeah,
They have 30 years to go with winning back trust to equal out
yeah.
what they've done so far.
It was damaged for the past 4 years, with all the political bullshit. And like I said, after like I said, it's gonna be like 30 years to earn their trust, if the company still exists, to that point. But
Yeah, under
I
Tencent.
yeah, yeah. So EA is right now to me, I look at it like they're having a timeout. They're trying to regain back to for what they lost. I mean, even though Expedition 33 has been a great success, I did not realize that EA is the one that made the game.
EA didn't make Expedition
No,
30.
no, no.
Then who
No, they
made
did.
Expedition 33?
No, they
And
did
whose
not.
Kepler
studio?
is they are well connected,
Okay.
and well, so
Mm,
best to check out on Steam what's in their portfolio as well.
okay.
Which we can do right
So,
now, because I was pulling up the article since I got back out
Yeah,
talking about
Kepler's
it.
just the publisher. They picked up the game and foot the bill.
Hmm.
So like this publisher also is the publisher behind Flintlock, but
Yes.
Expedition 33 is like doing much better than Flintlock, because Flintlock had the Sweet Baby Ink controversy attached to it, and those leaks from Grums saying that they changed the protagonist from a white male to a black female just to up the diversity factor.
Yes. I could believe that.
Speaking of which, there's a new patch coming out for that game.
For Flintlock?
No, sorry, for Expedition 33.
Ooh.
But yeah, real quick though, I'm going to. Oh yeah, fucking. I'll say I was born in 1951. Fuck it. Scroll up. All right, so we're gonna real quick look at the Steam page for Expedition 33, and because we want to see here. Screen. There we go. Okay, so this is for Dan's education. Not Dan. Dan's education. See, it was not made by EA, developer and publisher.
I know.
Developer was Handful Interactive, and
It's good that you corrected me on that one, because I was wrong.
Yeah,
That's
But-
okay.
here's the games they have released. Right, Expedition 33, Bionic Bay, Windblown, Flintlock, all that stuff. Right. Going back, how fine. I was born January 1st, 1987 now. What? That makes me old as dirt. What are you talking about? Fine, view page. Wow. Okay, so we can't do that. Okay, fine. But
That makes you an old
what
dragon.
we're gonna do then is we're gonna share the patch. But I think they're a small indie company in France. The people who made Expedition 33, but this is from IGN. They're talking about the new patch is a big one. Nerfs Mail's game-breaking Stendhal build. Developer Sandfall Interactive has released patch 1.23 for its well-received role-playing game across all platforms. The update makes a long list of fixes and crucially balanced changes, including nerfing Claire Obscure's most game-breaking build. Sandfall has signaled this change was coming, saying it hadn't planned to make any balance tweaks this early, just bug fixes, unless something clearly stood out. Well, Stendhal did. Developer continued. The build in question was for a young fencer male and a sword called Medallum, which unlocks a virtuous stance that deals 200% bonus damage. Players were combining this with ability stacking and the Stendhal skill, which deals extreme single target void damage to dish out billions of damage, enough to kill the final boss in just one hit. It was underwhelming for most development, so in our final pre-release balance pass, we gave it a big damage boost and clearly overdid it. It ended up overshadowing most other options, Sandfall said. We still want you to be able to break the game, and you absolutely still can, but Stendhal was making it way a bit too easy. The nerf is included in Claire Obscure Expedition 3's first full hotfix set. While Stendhal is a strong single hit skill with great synergy potential, it's now more in line with everything else. Meanwhile, the patch fixes that sound like a bug that was making Medallum third Lumina doubling all damage in Virtuous Stance instead of doubling only burn damage. Here's the relevant points for today's patch notes. Fix Medaluma's third Lumina doubling all damage, blah, blah, blah. Stendhal reduced damage by 40%. So, yeah, and then they got some images. But Claire Obscure is breaking out hit for Sandfall and already has sold over 2 million copies, which I'm going to say congratulations to them for that. I mean, I hadn't played the game yet, but Dash, you've played the game.
Yeah, I was just playing.
I don't know about you, Hugo, but I've watched Vet Gamer Bocephus and Dash play it, and Hypnotic was playing as well, and it looks fun. It's not usually my type of game, but it does look fun. What do y'all think?
Yeah, it's definitely very interesting. It's very JRPG inspired while still being like kind of Western. Oh,
am I muted?
Am I muted?
I can hear you too.
I can hear both of you guys.
Huh?
I can hear both of you guys.
Okay, then I'll keep talking. So yeah, like it's got some Souls-like mechanics where you can respawn enemy. Oh, we lost Lavistro. Oh man. Anyway, like it's all about dodge and parrying. So like, you know how in turn-based games, like you have to take a hit. Well, in this game, you can dodge or parry to counterattack, and there's a lot of customization as far as the skill tree and the equipment. Like Dan, have you been playing it?
You mean Expedition 33?
Yeah.
Not my type of game.
I see.
I support the people that play it, and I watch them play it. It looks pretty cool.
I guess I'm the only one who's played it on the panel.
No. I played completely through it.
Oh, you beat it?
Yeah, some days ago.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even close to beating it.
What list?
So where are you at?
I just got the 4th party member at the Gestural Village.
Then you have still quite a lot ahead of you. That's... yeah. Have fun. Difficult not to spoil anything. Just enjoy it.
I've been doing a good job not hearing spoilers. I know there's a twist like that's coming, but like, you know, I have no idea what that twist will even be.
What are y'all thinking of mechanics of the game so far?
The mechanics are smooth like butter. Like they're very solid. You know, like you can either like win battles either by over leveling or just through skill.
And there
Have
are
y'all?
several pick tools, as in passive skills, that help you with to create a build that is made for those who can parry that well. So yeah, you just have to play a few hours more, and then you'll see the options are opening up to you.
Yeah, like especially like when you can start leveling up your favorite weapons.
Yeah. I'm focused more on Oblivion Remastered right now, but like I wanted to get this game. I saw it on Xbox Direct. I was like, oh, looks like it's gonna be a fun game. I was like, first I was like, and then it looked like the UI looked kind of cool. So I'll give it a try. But when it came out, I couldn't get it yet, so I still have yet to get it. And then my audience obviously votes for my games, which I've been ignoring the schedule lately because I've had a rough week. But that's one game I'm hoping to play.
Yeah,
I just want to try it at least. And then
it
you know
was
me,
very
when I
hard
try.
to get a physical copy of this game. So you know, like it's sold out like everywhere. So I'm very happy for the success of this game and this development team. I'm just hoping they don't get like bought out and just like molded into like corporate slop.
Stay
Like
small.
by some
I do got something to say. When it comes to I'd rather have a freelancer non-corporate company making our games than having a corporate making a corporation making our games, because you know when it comes to corporate, they could do whatever they want. They can control the narrative, and they can go and say, you know what, I'm gonna just change the character and make them ugly
that's
however they
why
want to.
that's why Larian Studios is super cool. They're a privately owned like company that's led by basically this husband and wife who are just like complete geeks themselves and
Yep.
they're just like love fantasy. And so
That's
like
why I like fan
But-
base creating our games.
You
To,
went
to,
on one.
to tell the truth, hold on. To tell the truth, I'm the type of guy who's been who's always and always going to be anti-corporate.
yeah, corporate
yeah.
slows things down. It makes things like less creative. It makes
Exactly.
more homogenizes things. Whereas like when you have like creative vision, it sticks out.
Yeah, because they are creative controllers. That's why. When it
There's a difference between building your company up and then end up having corporate because of taxes and this and that, but you still have passion for your games and your products, versus bringing someone in from another company who doesn't understand how that industry is run, right? Like they just see it as a product to sell. They don't realize is that you can't fleece gamers, you can't fleece comic book nerds because, well, they invest their time and money into your products. They don't just buy a car just to have a car. They don't buy hamburgers just to have a hamburger. These are people who played the game, are invested in the art and details of your game. They spend their time and money into it, literally. And so you have to have passion because it's basically an art. And one thing I know, for example, on that the developers really gave a shit about their work. They really cared about their project. Is we talked about this before, and I'd just like to mention this again. Is well, they had it sold out obviously, but they had a goodie bag, right? You could get the hard copy edition. It was a collector's edition. It sold out. There's no more, right? But it had a statue, it had some extra skins and an art book, right? Like back in the old days we were talking about, you know, we would rather pay $200 or even $100 for something like this versus the game itself. And this shows they really wanted people to care about their product. That's what it tells me, because you're like, oh, if you buy this game, because I don't know if they've made other games. I haven't done much research on the studio. It's like, if you buy this game, you're also
This is
get
their
the
very
statue.
first game.
Yeah, they wanted people to care, so they wanted to make sure they could get on their own feet. They want to make sure they got every. They wanted to make sure they got every amount of money they can get, but they also seem to say, like, our game is so good, we went ahead and commissioned a limited number of statues, a special art book, all this stuff, because we think our game is so good and we want to share it. That's literally how you make all the money you can get. Is you make a good game, right? Don't just do slop. You do a good game, and when you know you have fucking gold, when you've hit gold, like this game obviously is. Like, I haven't played it, but from what I've seen of the game, like, I agree with people say it's a potential game of the year. So
I could see it being game of the year.
Absolutely.
So could I. I mean, even though I don't play the game, I'm not planning to buy it or either play it, but I support people that play it, so I can say, yeah, it's going to be a game of the year. It's been a big hit.
Yeah.
And
this for their first title, it was a big gamble. People don't realize this, is that when you make your first game, it's a hit or miss. Most likely 90% it's going to suck. And I don't mean Hugo's game's going to suck at all. I think it looks very fun. I think it's very good concept. It seems like, from what I saw the videos, it seems to play well. I haven't played it myself, so I can't say it right, but I think Hugo's game is going to do good. But a lot of companies a lot of game companies don't survive past the first year, literally. Unless they're smart or unless they know how to work within their means. This company here took a big gamble, because I guarantee you, this statue is probably what's going to cost the most of the whole thing, regardless of what it's made out of, because of the artistic detail of it. And then you have to make a certain amount of them. So this probably cost them about, I want to say $15K or more, depending on how many copies they made.
It looks like the Ifrit statue I got from my Final Fantasy 16 special edition. Like it, so like this is pretty standard with like RPGs to get like a big statue like this. It's like literally what Square Enix is doing. Like 16,
but they're not Square Enix. Is my point.
Yeah, but they're obviously copying them though.
They're copying them, but also I think they're gamers themselves. And gamers like to have a little memento, a little keepsake. If you,
and this is iconic. Like, if you've played the game, like this is like that is the final boss, like sitting, like there, and that's like the end goal is reaching this rock.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So like like you see that like that is your destination, is that statue. Like,
so I think. Yeah, and I think what they did here was a gamble, but it was well done. Like, most corporations are like, oh, we're going to sell our game for $100 a pop, and that's because we don't want to make any sacrifices, and we're going to say because of tariffs and whatever the excuses they want to get. In reality, it's they just want your money, and they've been looking for an excuse all this time to get more money. Reality is, gamers are, how should I put? We're not pinch purses, but we're not crazy enough to spend our money $100 on just any old thing. And this game looked good in the trailers. It looked good in the direct shows. I think it was a game that was well paid off. And I wish, what I'm saying is, I wish more companies did stuff like this. Like, for example, Halo Reach. I love harping on Halo Reach, because I'm literally looking at the statue right now. It's on my desk, but I have a statue of the Halo Reach, with the whole team, the Spartan team, and I've had that statue's old. Like, the game's old too, but I got that on the launch day. I know a lot of gamers would pre-order, wouldn't just pre-order a regular copy. They would try to pre-order the special edition, the limited edition, the collector's edition, whatever you want to call it, those editions, just for the goodies, right? And the game also, but just for the goodies. And I think companies need to get back to. They need to get back to their passion. They need to find their roots. Hire nerds. Like literally, if you're not hiring a nerd to make your video game, and you're not listening to your actual nerds, then your company's going to start failing real bad because the nerds are. We were talking about Stephen Cavill the other week, right? He's a fucking nerd, and he drove those ladies that were writing The Witcher crazy, right? Just because he wanted to be lore accurate, because that's what the fans expected. But yes, I think it was a really good year for them, and did we have any more to contribute to that?
Not
Well,
really.
sad that the special edition was only for PS5.
Yeah, no. I wish it would have came up with a PC copy. I would have found a way to because I don't have a CD drive on my computer. Go figure. But I would have found a way to put the physical copy on my computer. I would have found a way.
That would have been fantastic. I wish we could get like physical copies on our PC, because at least we could have the entitlement of actually owning our games
Yeah.
just by having them. Yep.
So that's another question. Hugo, if I download Enter the Bigot-verse, or what's the actual game's title?
Into the Bigot-verse, yeah.
Into the Bigot-verse. If I download that title from whatever platform you're launching it on, right? Is it my copy?
Yeah, it's of course.
So I'm not going to sign an EULA saying that I agree I don't own this copy of the game. I didn't download a license to play this game. I actually played this is my copy of the game. I can do whatever the fuck I want to it.
Absolutely.
So if I want to fucking mod it and turn Hypno into female Hypno with big booba titties, or give him a uwu sounding kawaii fucking sounding voice, you're not gonna send the Pinkertons after me over it.
No, I actually despise those kind of legal moves and do whatever. Have fun.
Awesome. I think I'm definitely gonna get it now, because I want my own copy of the Bigot-verse. Now, as far as if I'm gonna mod it or not, that remains to be seen, because I sometimes mod it, because I don't.
I'm buying the game. I would if San Hugo releases it on Steam.
There you
I'm
go.
buying it.
You should have a hit. You should change that flying scene, right? That you have. You should have it as Hypno in a chair, and he just like doing the Professor X thing, and the chair flies. the chair.
Ew,
Well, first I had the idea to recreate the scene from Saints Row 3, where Kanye West is playing in the background, but then shifted to Space Invaders instead.
No, I got a better idea. I'm gonna mod Hypno when I get the game. I'm gonna mod Hypno to be Sonya Lisette.
Sonya to be a man? Ew.
No, she's in the game.
Sonya is already in
I
the
know,
game.
but her body to be a man? Damn, Sonya, what the hell are you thinking?
Yeah,
it's nasty.
But I get are all the mods going to be in the game too, or was it just Sonya? I'm just curious.
So far, only Sonya, but I'm trying to put as many of the usual suspects in as I can, but everything just takes up so much time, even when working off other sprites and so on.
Well, if you decide to put me in the game, I'll send you a copy of my VR model, so that way you could use it to make a sprite. If you decide you're going to, you don't have to. I'm not. Do not think I'm saying you have to do that. I'm saying if you were, I can provide my VTuber model because it's in pieces. And that way you could. I think you could use it to make a sprite sheet from. But
send it over.
Yeah,
I think I still have Blender installed too. I should be able to load it in there.
Awesome. And It's a 2D model. It's not a 3D. It's 2D.
Ah, completely 2D.
That's
Yeah,
why you
that
see me do
makes
this
it
a
way
lot.
easier.
Yeah, I couldn't afford to do a 3D model. Otherwise, I'd have the whole thing like Hypno and Cinevere where the eyes react and stuff like that. Like apparently the hands can move, but I cannot seem to get that to work. So I just shut off the hand animations. But yeah, I really think that's awesome that you're gonna let people own your game. We need more people. This is why I support a lot of indies. Is because indies will let you do that. Speaking of indie, and we were talking about people coming up with different ideas because I can't find I really want to cover the Power lawsuit, even though I already made a video on it. But let's talk about this. This guy had this idea using Legos in video games by solving puzzles. So this is from 80 levels. Solves spatial puzzles in this video game using real Lego bricks, which means I got to remove one video scheduled for Monday because we're covering it now. But game developer Eric Learman came up with a cool concept that both kids and adults will surely find interesting. He made a prototype of a video game where you could solve puzzles using real-life Lego bricks and a webcam. The idea was born from Learman's desire to play games with his daughter, but limit the screen time. He did the conversation via the OpenCV computer vision library using Unreal Engine 5.5. Learman says this is just a tech demo, and he doesn't plan to release the full game, but I think it's a great idea, even though, as some people mentioned, it's easier to make the mechanics in-game only without the real bricks. Lehman has some curious hand tracking experiments with Unreal Engine on Reddit. Check out his account to see where his projects lead him. So, for example, let's see, I think it's down here somewhere. Here we go. That's his hand control experiment.
Is that Tony Stark's?
No, that's him. That's literally him doing that.
Oh, San Hugo?
No, Learman.
Oh.
The guy is making a game for his daughter with using Lego bricks.
Oh, that looks pretty cool.
And that's where a lot of indie developers build their games. Is they try to find something interesting and they tinker around with the system. But this is his game. You see where the camera shows, it shows that the Lego bricks being built, and then that's the game. It brings up, it renders it in the game
with real Legos.
Yeah, real Legos.
Oh my god,
a-
Lego should hire this guy.
That's
idea.
crazy. That is
It's using
very
a camera.
that's very talented. I love that creativity,
Mhm.
art, everything. I mean,
Yeah, technology is just getting so crazy.
it is. I mean,
But
no
that game
doubt about it.
that could be kind of fun.
It is. It looks fun.
So can I
I know my
play
son will go
Doom
crazy.
with Lego?
Well,
Hey, go ahead.
You probably could. I mean, you're a modder. You probably get the Doom game, and you'll probably show us the equipment we'll need. You know, like I made this mod where you can play Doom with Legos. Here's what you got to do. Oh man, if you did that, I would break my no de novo rule for Doom Dark Ages just to play your mod with Legos. I totally would. Like I literally have a strict no de
That's
novo
cool.
rule. The only game I have with de novo on it is Black Myth Wukong. And that was because the game looked really good. I really wanted to play that game, and I wanted to cover it too. It turned out the game was actually fucking good, but I'm not getting Doom the Dark Ages, not because of some woke bullshit, but because of the Nouveau. Like that's the if they told us that they removed the Nouveau, I would totally put the game on my wish list, and I'd get it as soon as I got the chance. Because I like Doom. It's just I hate the Nouveau. So yeah, that was something I found interesting. But
That
do you
is a
have any
real
unique
cool
mechanics?
concept.
Yeah, do you have any unique mechanics in Bigotverse?
I tried unique mechanics, but they are for what I have in mind later on. For the original title I have in mind.
Do you mind sharing us some details on that one? I mean, obviously you got to keep what you can secret. We understand that, but is there something you could tell us so we could know? I mean,
Do you guys know the history of Van Buren?
Van Buren?
The original Fallout 3 project, which got scrapped when Bethesda took over.
Oh, hold on. Do you remember? I'll let you talk.
Well,
It's in there. It's just not ready to get unwrapped. It doesn't want to come out. Like like our fucking brain is like it's like it's on the tip of my tongue, and it's like not wanting to come out. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, during their development, they tried to come up with a system that simulates another party or player, and they actually used pen and paper for that, like classic D&D sessions. And well, it's sad they couldn't get it out of the door in the end, but the idea is to have within a RPG setting, depending on who you pick, the other main character taking care of quests while you're not doing them, and so on. So I don't know how to describe it well, because it's a lot of playing around with variables and so on. But yeah, the idea is that you do not have infinite time, because there is another hero, and that one will move around too and talk to people, take care of quests and stuff like that. And yeah, that is something they had in mind for Van Buren.
Yeah, I'm scrolling it down right now from the. It was a canceled game, but they were planning to use a similar topic. Like you wake up if I remember, you wake up in a. One thing to remember is you wake up in a cell, and it's not the cell that you were originally in, or something like that. And you had a certain amount of, you had a race. It was a certain race against time, so it was like an open world, but I tell people, it was like the way I understood it was like open world, but with Mario mechanics, like the timer. You had to get to you had to beat games for a certain time before the other hero did. So it was a fun concept, but I don't know why. I think they couldn't get it off the ground. Is the main thing.
Now that's a whole story behind that. The takeover from Bethesda and so on. Dirty business. But hey, we got New Vegas.
Yeah, New Vegas was awesome. So I found it finally. I had to scroll down my freaking thing for a while, but I'll just put it in here in the Fallout tab, so I don't have to shut things down. But now we're finally going to talk about the Power lawsuit. You don't some people don't realize is that I literally when I make videos, I look for multiple different news sources on the subject, and I try to find one that I know no one else is going to use that might give more insight or different insight, so that way people get more information, and so they collect all the information, they can make their own decisions. Because I know people are going to watch me, they're going to watch Hypnotic, right? And so I don't know about you, Hugo, but if you think about going to game development as a full-time gig in the future, or even as just a side gig, like if you're going to do more games, game developer and 80 level is more for Unreal Engine, but those are two gaming industry sources I still use. So like when I was in game development, I want to know what's coming out and stuff like that, and hear things from a game developer perspective. that's what I use.
Hmm.
Have you ever heard of game develop?
Come again? Didn't catch the last.
I'm sorry, my son was talking to me. Have you ever heard of this website, Game Developer?
I'm not sure. My memory isn't that good anymore. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah, but they also have programming and game design news. Right? So I use them because they talk about the industry itself, not just the games. But here they say Pocket Pair is changing Pal World further due to ongoing Nintendo and Pokemon lawsuit. We hope our fans understand that these changes are necessary in order to prevent further disruptions to the development of Pal World. And before we continue, Nintendo's been doing this for a while, and I wish they'd stand their ground. So I don't know if this was court sanctioned or something like that, or they're just bending the knee, hoping that Nintendo will be merciful. But we all know Nintendo is not known for being merciful when it comes to legal issues. So, do you any of y'all gotten? Do y'all know what's going on with the news on that one?
Well, I read the original post on X from Pocket Pair, and I do really like Pal World, so I'm following that quite intensely.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about time that Nintendo suffers some consequences.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they're doing is disgusting, and and it's sad seeing Pal World like having to like water down their game because of Nintendo's refusal to innovate or make good Pokemon games.
Yeah, they don't even have to make Pokemon with guns. They
just make better games. Don't make them like they. I have so much criticism about modern Pokemon, from the baby difficulty to just like the poor graphics and just like, and then
sloppy character design.
Oh yeah, especially in the last mainline game. Like, Sword and Shield had great Pokemon and character designs. The gameplay was just super easy, but Scarlet and Violet was just like DEI the game.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't played Pokemon since Pokemon Crystal.
Yeah, those older Pokemon games have aged like fine wine.
Fine wine, yes. And I still had those. The Crystal Pokemon Crystal cartridge does not work anymore, sadly. But all my other ones, including Pokemon Yellow, I have Pokemon Red, I have Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow, and with Pokemon Yellow, I had to pay my dad extra money for gas just to drive me 2 counties over to pick up a copy of Pokemon Yellow.
Damn.
And for those who don't know, Pokemon Yellow was based on was basically a mix of Red and Blue, but based on the Pokemon TV series. That's how much of a Pokemon fan I used to be. But I think Nintendo got too comfortable with not having competition, because when you really think about it, Nintendo's always been just doing their own thing. They had their niche audience, that they were always the family friendly company. They had their Mario, they had their Legend of Zelda. Like me, I'm a diehard Legend of Zelda fan.
Same here.
Legend of Zelda.
Same here.
And like that's not going away. Like I every time I play Legend of Zelda, I still get pissed that Link is not left-handed anymore. That's how diehard I get pissed about that. He's not wearing Sakura green. I can go on for ages, right? But Nintendo hasn't had competition. And the moment someone gives some competition, they pull this shit. This is not good. This is not good for them. They don't know how to handle competition anymore.
And I think it's nuts that the Japanese court system is just like going along with them. Like, if they were an American company, like this shit would not fly.
It depends.
Tell that to 5M.
Say again?
Tell that to the original creator of 5M.
Mm-hmm.
5M, I'm not sure if I.
Long story.
Oh, you
But
go share your knowledge. Share your knowledge.
well, the where to start? Well, they tried many things to Rockstar, I mean, to get their hands on 5M, and the actual deal was then made with new other contributors of the project who came later in, basically going behind the back of the one who started the whole thing. And in the end, that original guy was pressured to sign off the deal. A bit fuzzy about the details, but I'm sure someone on YouTube covered this in a good way. But the thing is, no matter what country, if a company is that big, whether it's Nintendo in Japan or Rockstar in the States, they get a different law. It's that simple. For example, in Germany, games blood. Ooh, blood is bad. Problems. But that didn't happen with GTA 5. Why? Because it's such a big economical factor that, yeah, absolutely nothing happened. Normally, the mainstream press and so on is quick here to blame video games for all sorts of things. So, yeah.
Yeah, so Nintendo is out to destroy Power World because it's a slap in the face that 6 guys came up with something that was so cool and awesome. It's basically it's like Saints Row was the GTA. It's the Pokemon clone that surpassed the original. That's literally Power World. But Nintendo wants to add 10 million yen or 60 or basically almost 70K in US dollars in damages split evenly between itself and Pokemon Company. And to add on top of that, they also want to pursue late fees as well as an injunction to block Power World's release. This would destroy Pocket Pair. That's literally what they're out to do. They're not just out to get something back that hurt them. They're literally trying to snuff out the competition for legal warfare. And there are companies that in America, Dash, that have done this.
Yeah, but when was the last time this was done in the game industry?
Ooh. That might be happening right now. Ubisoft.
That's consumers suing Ubisoft.
No, there's another lawsuit. I'm reading more on it, but there's another alleged lawsuit that's Ubisoft is doing to a smaller company. I got to read more into it, but apparently a double A or an indie game dev that came out for free game inspired from Assassin's Creed, but it uses you could tell they were inspired by it, but you could also tell it's not anything nowhere near Assassin's Creed, and Ubisoft is going after them. Allegedly, I gotta look more into that rumor. I don't want to say more other than that because I hadn't had time to look into it as well. But I do know they got 2 ongoing lawsuits. I think both of them are against them, and there's one they're going. These corporations are hurting, and the thing is, when you pinch the nobility, it's the peasants who feel the pinch. So when you try to pinch a corporation, they're just going to pinch the peasants so they can keep their comfort. But yeah, I personally was thinking about covering this because like it's sick for one. I mean, everyone's talking about it, but since we're all small streamers, we don't have like hundreds and upon hundreds of thousands of viewers, right? And even though they're also talking about it, what can we do both as small streamers, but also as gamers, as a community, not just gamers who stream, but like gamers in the chat, say Hugo, myself.
Well, I, for one, am not going to buy the new Pokemon game, and I have released a video on it. And Hypno just released a 20-minute video on this subject, too, like expressing his disgust at Nintendo. I think everyone is absolutely appalled at their actions.
But you know the phrase, what I'm getting, it's like, you know the phrase, money talks, bullshit walks.
Well, it's too late. I already bought a Switch 2.
Yeah.
It's already been paid for. I have the receipt. All I just have to do is collect on launch day. But I'm seriously thinking about not getting Mario Kart 8, especially if it's shit. I'm not even that big on racing games.
Well,
I mean, but will that matter in the long run? Because I'm gonna get Donkey Kong. So,
here's what I'm gonna say. Not going back up to here, because it's as a family man, I think Hugo as well can vouch for here. It's going to be nearly impossible to boycott Nintendo. Nearly impossible. But what I would say is, here it says they want to damage a split evenly between itself and the Pokemon Company. You know what I'm not going to buy anymore?
I haven't bought a Nintendo since GameCube.
Oh, wow.
Pokemon's not even worth buying in most cases.
Yeah. My son likes Pokemon.
The last Pokemon game I got was Legends Arceus, and I still haven't finished the end game content in that.
You know what I'm going to buy instead is I'm going to buy Power World for my son.
Yeah.
I played the game.
He'll love it.
Yeah, he will. Now, I don't want him to play it on computer, so I'm looking to see if I can get I'm going to have to get a fucking PS5 because it's on the PlayStation, which I fucking hate the fucking PlayStation. But I'm willing to give PlayStation my money just so my son can play Pokemon, and I'd be comfortable with it. So that way I don't have to worry about him seeing something he's not supposed to on the internet.
Well, that's a good move.
Yeah, the Pal World mods are different.
Oh, no, that's why he's not going on the internet. He watches YouTube on the TV, but I still monitor everything he does. If I let him have his own computer, I might as well just thrust him in the middle of the street right now, if that makes sense. He's still a child.
I wouldn't. I mean, I'm the exact same way. It's probably not how I would have liked to have been raised, but especially kids, especially when they're early on, the kids are so easily influenced by the internet. It's
and I we don't watch the Walt Disney, and it was kind of easy for us because he liked Spider-Man, but he likes watching our generation of Spider-Man, the 90s Spider-Man. He likes that one. He doesn't like the new ones that came out. So
Spider-Man is awesome.
I basically had to tell him, well, you see, Mickey Mouse and the people he worked with said some things that were not nice that Daddy disagrees with, and Daddy expects them to apologize. And until they say they're sorry, Daddy doesn't want to watch Disney shows. So that's why we don't have Disney Plus no more.
Nice.
And my son's like, "Oh, can I still watch Spider-Man?" I was like, "Here you go." I put it on the YouTube. They have Spider-Man shows playing. They have Ghostbusters. He's watching YouTube now because there's channels out there. Even Hasbro has a channel for G.I. Joe, 24-hour live stream of G.I. Joe of all the cartoons. So
I think He-Man's up on YouTube too. I know even the 2000s He-Man you can find on YouTube.
Yep. And he's 9 years old. He pretty much watches gaming shows like Minecraft and stuff.
I hate the 2000 He-Man.
I think Power World would literally be the gap between his love of Pokemon and Minecraft merged together.
There is a Power World anime that's in the works. I'm not sure if the lawsuit's going to get in the way of that, but they were
We'll
advertising
see.
it at Comic-Con.
Yeah, we'll see. And I think that if a lot of parents and gamers do that, just with Pokemon, like I'm not saying if you want to buy Pokemon, I'm not going to shame you. Like that's my thing. I'm a small channel. I'm not going to shame you. You do what you want. But if it really disgusts you, at least pinch them a little bit and say, okay, since you want to do this to Power World, I'm not buying Pokemon products. The more people that do that,
almost like 90% of my audience agrees with me and isn't going to get it. Like I only have one follower who says they're still going to get the new Pokemon.
yeah, and you know, like if that one follower does, I was like, you know, more power to you, it's your money. But
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it would be very hypocritical for me to demean like him for like getting it. I'm not his boss. He can do whatever he wants. I just voiced my opinion.
Yeah, and I think that I'm actually disgusted enough to actually say online, I'm not getting anything Pokemon until Nintendo apologizes. And does a corporation ever apologize?
They'll never openly apologize.
This is simply yes or no. There's no technicality. No. There's no action. Yeah, no, they don't. They'll lip sync it, or they'll do something to save face, but they'll never actually apologize.
No company does. No, absolutely no company does. They never admit fault.
So Nintendo, at least for my house.
Actually, there was one time a company apologized. Square Enix literally apologized for Final Fantasy 14 and then rebooted the game.
Yeah, there's nothing they could say to actually excuse. There's nothing they could say for that one. Final Fantasy 14 was. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to go on a rant.
Yeah,
I'm literally trying to be good here because I think I got shadow banned. Anyways, but like, what my point is that since they don't apologize, I'm pretty much saying they lost a customer. And I guarantee you, with Minecraft and Pokemon with guns, on me going to get a PlayStation 5, even though the PlayStation 6 is coming out now, I'm still, maybe I'll get a Steam Deck. I'll probably get a Steam Deck. That's what I would. I'll get him a Steam Deck with Power World. That way I can monitor his screen time content. But I guarantee you, once he plays that, he's not going to play Minecraft much anymore, even though he likes Minecraft. And he's not going to play Pokemon anymore. It's going to be Power World, nothing but Power World. He's going to want Power World action figures. He's going to want Power World t-shirts. He's going to want a Power World anime. It's literally something of his generation.
I literally have a Depresso plushie.
Yeah. Like, I think like Nintendo lost one customer, two customers because of one family. I'm gonna go play. I'm not even a writer. I hate the PlayStation. I won't lie. I respect people that want it, but like me personally, I would not shed a tear if PlayStation died. Like if PlayStation went down in the gutter and went the way of the Sega Dreamcast, I would not care because I don't like the PlayStation. But I would rather my son play it on a PlayStation than give the Pokemon Company money and by proxy Nintendo. I'm still going to play Legend of Zelda. I'm still going to do stuff until they do something royally fucked up to the point where I say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. But they want to destroy Pocket Parrot. I'm not going to give them any money because I'll be like, yeah, you got $70,000 from Pocket Parrot. I'm not going to, give you any more money. It's like you got your money. Hope it was worth it.
Yeah, I said, I parted with Nintendo many years ago, way before I had kids. They just made sure I'll definitely won't be coming back. And as far as my kids are concerned, the Steam backlog alone, well, I think they are covered until their mid-40s.
Yeah, there's lots of good games, and they're also, I heard, I haven't confirmed, but I heard they're trying to get companies to backwards compatibility, do some backwards compatibility or something like that for the Steam Deck for a lot of the older games because people want to play it on there. So we can see a lot of games getting.
If Steam puts out something like what GOG's doing with their good old games and gets a game preservation thing going, oh my god, I'll get a Steam Deck right away.
If Steam literally has starts coming out and doing guidance saying you own your games when you buy from our platform, there's gonna be a lot of people going on Steam. I mean, they're like basically Steam's, you can't beat Steam, but I'm saying Steam would literally have an army of loyal customers. Like literally, but they have an SSA saying that if you have a problem with Steam, you have to go to King County, and Nintendo copied off of that one word for word. Yep, that I literally covered it last year. But yeah. So I think that's all I got for coverage. Did anyone else want to share anything for news? Because I literally thought we'd be talking about you for like an hour and a half, Hugo. So I ran out of content. So and like we usually go up until 8, which is another hour. But did anyone else want to cover anything or discuss anything?
Well, I'm looking forward to finally playing Stellar Blade next month.
Oh yeah.
Oh, PC version, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any consoles anymore and don't want to change it. So yeah, looking forward to that.
The mods are going to be astronomical.
Yeah.
I already know. When I saw the way her body was built, I was like, yeah, we're gonna have some really, really, really NSFW mods.
Hey, what's up?
I didn't see you could clock out for the day.
No, I had to take care of some things. I'm back and forth in the house doing things at the same time.
Did I give you permission for that? No.
No.
I need my ESG scores.
You have your ESG scores.
No, I don't. When you walk out, every time you walk out, I see the views go down.
It's not gonna
And they're
go
like,
down.
oh, great. Lavistro's not going to roast Dan.
Oh,
And then
Jesus
you come
Christ.
back in, they go back up. And like, oh, great. ESG scores.
Dan gets roasted every day, so who cares?
So, yeah, I roast everybody.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, it's just Dash hasn't said anything for me to roast him on yet. That's all. He's very careful.
Because my takes are so good.
Try not to say anything when it comes to be roasted. They hate the silent
Your
treatment.
takes are so good. I look dumbfounded when I read them because they are so fucking stupid. Yeah, there. See, Dan, I roasted him. All right, but no, I was saying since you come back here, I was saying that we literally covered everything I was going to cover, which I was literally. See, I'm a guy that tries to plan things out so it's not so off the cuff because otherwise I can go on tangents. Hugo, and for everyone else, that's why it seems like I'm distracted a lot because my schedule got broken. Yeah, I thought we were going to be talking about this for 2 hours, and
It's been 2 hours.
No, like his thing. Like we should be starting off the topics we've been starting
Yeah,
off.
it's been 2 hours.
Yeah, we started the other topics an hour early. Is what I'm getting at. So I'm still getting used to this whole time scheduling thing. But so I'm asking you guys if y'all had anything y'all wanted to discuss relating gamings that happened this past week. And he said he wanted to talk about Stellar Blade coming out.
Yes.
Well,
But I also have an upcoming game that a lot of people will be interested on on October 23rd, 2025.
Are you able to fill up at least 10 minutes?
Yes. 10 minutes,
Good.
maybe 5 minutes, doesn't matter.
I need at least 10 minutes. Is it
Let me
the games we're excited for?
It's a game that you might like, and it's a game that we all grew up as a child.
No, what I'm saying is this the one where we're trying to share the games we saw on Steam or something that we're sharing at the end of the
Yes.
stream? Okay.
well,
I would like
I
to-
do have I have a topic we could cover. Did you hear like Capcom censoring another old game?
Oh, do share screen. Let's talk about that because
Okay.
I haven't heard about this.
Okay, well, let's react. I'll play. We'll play my video.
That's good. We'll do that, and I also got to use the bathroom, so I'll mute myself, go to the bathroom, come back, but I'll be able to hear you on the speakers.
I really. Okay. Hey, check this out. Capcom let God preserve Breath of Fire 4. Maybe
That's
they'll
what's up.
at some point. I actually lost my copy at some point. You know, I've been kind of hard on Capcom. I really have. All the censorship and the makes what they did to Dead Rising was completely awful. And let's not even talk about
I know.
like the gendered language in Ace Attorney. I mean, since when is girls' clothes a bad word to describe a dress? I mean, the trial was literally about cross-dressing. But yeah, maybe it's time to wean off it a bit. I mean, Omnimusha is coming back. I've never played any of those games. Maybe it's time I relax and just forgive them. Well, fuck no. I shall remain, with the exception of that Breath of Fire 4 because it's uncensored.
Oh my god,
Other
I
than
just
that,
noticed that.
No, Capcom, fuck you.
Yep.
Fuck you and your censorious piece of shit company. Holy shit. What are you doing, Capcom?
Censor machines.
Seriously. That stomach isn't bothering anyone. Why change? It's stupid. It's noticeable. Oh, but you can't go. No, it's not the point. The point is they're treating us like fucking babies. See, look, this poster even makes a great point. For an M-rated game that requires age verification to visit its website, you want my money to stop treating us like little kids? Go ahead, keep this one. Shame. I'm with them. Fuck Omnimusha. Just fuck like remastered. Fuck Omnimusha remastered. Fuck Capcom. Just fuck everything.
Yep.
I went off on this one. I honestly don't know where Pirate Nation even got this screenshot, but I do believe it is legit. They're even talking about it on the Steam forums. Like, all anyone's talking about is the censorship now on Steam. I don't know how well these games are selling, but you can't keep pushing people away
This is
that
what
enjoy
happens.
them and want to buy them. There is no arguments. You are either pro-boobs or anti-boobs. I'm voting boobs.
Yep. This is what
Boobs.
happened
Yep.
when you hire feminist women with short hair, nose ring, and ugly fucking disgusting faces taking over our fucking video games. And what do you think? We shove shit right at their fucking asses when they get mad when it comes to a goddamn real truth narrative.
And
Fuck
here come the
censorship.
corpo apologists right on cue.
I'm anti-censor. I'm anti-corporate.
Japanese
I'm
devs think we're
anti-woke.
stupid. It seems like that. It really does sometimes.
100%.
Look, Capcom.
Fuck
baby.
you, Capcom.
Listen. I like that you are putting the Breath of Fire games on GOG and doing direct ports, which means they can't be censored. I like that. A lot. But your fucking remasters suck ass.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played these. So yeah, you get the if anyone wants to see the rest of the video, they can go to my channel. But that's basically it. So they did it again. And Capcom across the board has consistently been censoring their re-releases and remakes.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Capcom has a history of that so far in recent time. They even have now, if I remember correctly, I want to say they like Square Enix. They have a DEI office now.
Yeah, Pokeball.
Mm-hmm. I found this out after I bought Dragon's Dogma 2, which I already knew Capcom is literally becoming EA, because to get the full game, I know there's nuance there, okay, but I'm just trying to simplify things. To get the full game, you have to buy all the microtransactions. It's going to cost you $150.
You have to buy the microtransactions?
Kinda. So you know how it works, right? With most companies, they want your money, so let's say, oh, it's in the game, but you have to go for all these hoops first, or you could just pay $40 for this DLC that unlocks it instantly for you, right? And there is the problem with that is that they're going to make you grind for it. So while everyone else is, like the character creation is one perfect example. Like every game has a character creation system. Now I haven't played Dragon's Dogma 2 yet, because I told people when I heard the news, I ain't buying it until it's on sale on Steam. And it was on sale on Steam. I got that and all the quote unquote DLCs, right? For less than the actual base price of the game, because of the Steam sale. Thank you, Steam. As much as I hate your SSA, I do love you, because for the most part you are customer friendly and your Steam sales are awesome. So I have yet to play Dragon's Dogma 2, but they have that, and they have a history of microtransactions. So Capcom censoring things was bound to happen. That's how I feel on that one.
It's
But
just
Dan,
crazy, because they used to make such edgy games.
Yeah, I'm here.
Remember the game I played that was for a 15-hour stream to get an achievement?
Yeah,
Dead
the
Rising.
Dead Rising first one.
What did I have? What did I have Frank West wear for the majority of the game?
Food and weapons. Food and
what
weapons.
did I have Frank West wear? What did I have him wear?
You were in the Mega Man suit, right?
But I think the Mega Man suit.
Well, no, that was for the survival part, yes. But like before I had the Mega Man suit, he was either in his default costume,
yes,
or when the special forces came around, I had him wear a summer dress.
Oh, okay.
Just because it was funny.
Yep. And you still survive with pizza and fucking milk and some orange juice, and you was good to go.
Yeah, pretty much. I just ran around like crazy, and I survived. I mean, don't worry, I survived. That thing was a fucking beast. But during the actual gameplay of the actual game, when I'm running around bashing zombies, they had erotica clips. They had certain, how I put, they made they had eco terrorists, which back then you can't really make people who want to save the planet look like bad guys. So that was edgy, even for its time frame.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about the second game, like with that.
No, the first game. The first game.
Oh no, the first game it was a cult.
No, the first game was not a cult. The first game, what's his name? His family was destroyed by a government.
Carlito.
Carlita and Carlito.
Yeah, Isabella and Carlito.
Yeah,
Carlito
and
wanted
Carlito
revenge because the U.S. government literally destroyed.
And he was basically
town.
an eco-terrorist. Like the whole thing was about meat and the consumption of meat, and he wanted Americans to literally become the very things they did to his country. It was like a sick freaking joke kind of deal, but he basically, by all definition, he was an eco-terrorist. He was thinking about the environment. He was wanting to make a political statement based on his country because the U.S. government destroyed the environment and ecosystem of his country.
It wasn't just
all that stuff.
Destroyed the people. They killed all the evidence.
Yeah, when things went awry. But the whole thing is that he had an issue with
America.
All that, right? Like the whole thing was like, protect the planet, and he had a way to make sure that it didn't go awry. But he wanted to destroy the American environment, the American culture, all that. And it was basically by definition of the FBI. What I'm getting at is it was eco-terrorism. which you can't make tree huggers look bad in the early 2000s. Capcom did that. Capcom also had it where you could actually wear girls' clothing. And at that time period, it wasn't an issue. It was a nothing burger. It was just comedy. Right. So they had a lot of edginess. They had a sexy DHS agent.
I mean, they made fun of SJWs in the second game with the Cure group, like zombie civil rights.
Yep. They did that. And did you know that's actually a thing, that there's an actual Facebook group that's an actual group talking about zombie rights? Like, it's not a troll. It's like literally they actually say that if there are zombies in the world, we should give them equal rights. There's an actual group.
Same people who are defending the bugs and stuff, people say.
They copied it from Dead Rising 2.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, a lot of these companies are afraid. Like, when they did a remaster, right? When they did the Dead Rising remaster, they took out those things. It was funny back then, but it's not funny now. I'm like, no, motherfucker.
It just, they're sucking the jokes out of the games now. They're making the games too censored. It's not funny. It's not fun or interactive anymore.
Surprisingly, they kept the cross-dressing, but they took like if you know the channel Crowbat or Crowcat, he documented all the censorship. Like there are there's a spray can on like the shopping cart thing that says Jesus saves. They got rid of that line on the texture.
But I got something to say here real quick. Guarantee you it's censored here, but if you go to Japan, it's uncensored.
No, I think it's pretty much the deluxe remastered is censored across the board.
That fucking sucks. You know what? Bye-bye. Boycott every single one of them. Fuck them.
But luckily, you can still buy the original. You can still buy the original on PC.
I'd rather buy the original. Fuck it.
Yep, it's cheaper.
I bought the original. I had the original.
Same here.
I streamed the original. I got all the achievements for the original.
Of the original, including hard.
I had the hard copy somewhere. Like literally, I had the hard copy somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. I when we moved here, I still have boxes I have yet to unpack. Like, I am not kidding. I have boxes of stuff, plus stuff that I had. Like when I joined the army, I had to pack all my stuff. Like I have I had the original VHS of Star Wars before the special edition came out. I have the Nintendo NES with the original Legend of Zelda and Legend of Zelda 2 titles. I have all kinds of stuff that I either found in garage sales or I collected over time being a nerd. And some of those boxes are here, not all of them. But when I joined the army, because I couldn't bring them with me, I packed up my apartment and lived at my mom's house. And so I had to go back and get them. But she lives in another state. So it's like whenever I can afford the gas to go up there, drive up there, get this stuff and come back down. Because I can't afford a U-Haul to do that.
Well, I know what's even funny is like the only reason they remastered this game is that they're making a fourth game in the series and they want to promote it and like get new fans on board. And they censoring the game before the sequel. That's just going to turn people off to getting the sequel.
And don't forget, they're going to make the characters gay, man shoulders, everything. Yeah, I already know how it's going to happen. And it's still know everybody be covering the news about it all over the internet.
Yeah.
Hugo, were you a fan of Dead Rising?
I have no interest in getting into this Omnimusha series. And like, you know, if this is like, I'd rather get the original copies if I ever wanted to get into this series. But I don't think they're even going to do the new game justice if this is how like they're going to treat people.
Oh yeah. No.
I mean, there was no reason to censor that costume, even if it's an optional costume that has nothing to do with the story. Yep. Yeah, the fact that you did it anyway just shows you your mindset.
Boycott.
Because we saw what happens when we gave you an inch. You censored everything in Dead Rising. I mean, hell, you made a Chinese guy white.
Yeah, I actually forgot all about him until I went to the brush.
Racism,
Oh, that's the
Spanish.
Chinese guy. I was like, I said it out loud, and so it did not look really good when my brain finally decided to have a. I remember Barry Millman.
I
Well, I mean,
do
yeah,
have
he
Dead
wasn't a
Rising
nice
2 on my
looking
Steam
character,
list.
but it was made by Asian devs.
Oh, I got Off the Record and Dead Rising 2. Got them both.
But you said you had Dead Rising 2, Hugo?
Yeah.
Yep.
How'd you like that game?
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
I always loved the zombie genre, especially when it got funny. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so over the top that there's absolutely no basis to bicker about it, censor this, censor that. But then again, this was a title I had to import. So around these parts, Dead Rising was a problem for certain groups of people.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's always the case. Unfortunately, there's always people that want to dictate this, and when they realized they couldn't win, it's like that song. Especially, I hate Jet Black. It reminds me of this one song of his. You can't kill the metal, right? And it talks about how punk rock, all these other things try to kill the metal, and metal still won. That's kind of how it was with game censorship. They tried to censor games since the 1970s, and when they realized they couldn't do that, well, they started coming into the industry. So
the thing is, the people who are deciding about these things still haven't figured out how the mystery machine called VHS works. So it doesn't matter what they are reviewing. It's like giving it to someone from the Stone Age.
But I'm going to point this out. So you are not ever buying Oshimisha again, right? That Dash.
I've never bought an Onimusha game. I've never even heard the series till I heard they were bringing it back. So, yeah, I don't have really any interest to pick up this fourth game or catch up on the series because, you know, for one, I'm backlogged as it is. I'm trying to catch up on a bunch of different games. Like I'm playing all of Metroid Prime.
Well, this isn't counting towards my games we want to showcase thing, but I just want to bring this up because Oshima is obviously a game based in East Asia, you know, the time period and all that stuff. So, would you rather have Wu Chang Fallen Feathers?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, this looks good.
Definitely, I am getting.
Now, for
this
everyone
game.
else, I am muting this sound because I don't want to get copyright strike. I'm tired of dealing with it. But I'll try to zoom it in for you guys.
More gooning.
Oh,
more
is that a
gooning.
womb tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not letting me do it. Fuck.
Love the goon.
Look at that.
Goon some more.
It is a womb tattoo.
It's a gooning
Oh
game.
shit!
It's coming out in July.
Yep.
Oh,
2 months from now.
Will I even be allowed to stream this thing?
Oh,
my
I'm
God,
gonna
that looks
freaking
sick.
stream it if it kills me.
She's got like a giant penis thing coming out of her. It's crazy.
I am gonna stream this game, and I don't give a fuck. Boobies, tetas, everything. I don't give a fuck.
Just call it educational.
Yep, educational.
And the loophole.
Yep,
Let's the
there you go.
loophole.
Let's do loophole.
And you can tell this is not DIE because, well, let me see if I can.
Look at the tetas.
Well, I mean, she
Look
has
at that, look
a
at that.
giant penis coming out
Look
of her
at the
back.
tetas.
and
Look at
Oh,
the
she got
freaking.
the slave collar.
Yep.
That's misogynistic.
Yep. Look at the
They're not gonna allow that.
tetas.
She literally
Shiny
has a
titties.
scar going down her tits.
Yep. Shiny titties all day. I don't care. It's better.
Yeah, she had a heart transplant. You know,
Yep,
eating all
good.
them freaking
Okay.
McDonald's.
Show that sexy heart transplant. Fuck it.
I don't know. She could be
I
trans.
gotta say what I gotta say, bro.
Those
I'm being an
tits could
asshole
be
just to get these
implants.
people pissed off.
Yep.
Misogynistic.
The combat looks awesome.
It does.
It
Lavistro,
kind
what
of
do you-
reminds me more of
it's another
Sekiro.
Souls game. Oh no.
Hey, Lavistro, what do you think
Yeah.
about shiny titties exposed?
Oh man,
Boobs are boobs.
I'm soulsed out. I can't do. It's more souls.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Is like I'm in the same way, but at the same time, it looks good. I'm like,
It
I'm
does.
tired of Souls like, but you're looking good enough for me to be like, fine, I'll have roast beef again.
Hey, roast
Like,
beef is
Yeah.
better. It's better, bro. It's better fat.
That's it's like having roast beef multiple days during the same
Yep.
week.
But that's a
at
good
first
looking roast beef you
roast
can
beef
eat.
is awesome, but when you eat it too many times, it becomes too
Sour.
much.
Exactly.
No, it's just you don't want to eat it.
No, that's true.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm eating
it's
that roast beef this July. That's a
Yeah.
4th of July special roast beef.
that's actually on my wish list. I'm
I
keeping an eye
still
out for
need
it.
I still
Yep.
need to get further in Kazan. I got blocked by the katana guy.
Mm.
Katana guy.
Hmm.
Wow.
You know,
That
the
cool.
bandit
yeah.
fortress.
So when people decide to do stuff like that, I look for an equal, brand new alternative, which is
Well,
what I recommend a lot of players do. It's like when
Yeah,
people,
I still have Rise of the Ronin to play, so I'll just play that.
Mhm. Which I think we're going to go ahead because we're not 7:30. I think we're going to go to our next topic. But people always tend to say there's no good games out to play, and all the good games are becoming woke now. No, sir. No, ma'am. It's not all good
No.
games are shit.
No.
It's your favorite IPs are becoming woke, and it's time for us to move on to bigger and better things, more
Yep.
relevant games. Look for the new hotness and support people that just want to make a good game with good art. Maybe have booba, maybe not. That's not the point. The point is that the games are good. So that being said, it's time for our favorite part of the day.
Mhm.
Games we're looking forward to. Now, Dan, it is okay to share. Oh, you have it here.
Yes. This is the a game that we all used to love and play when we were kids. It's a beat 'em up game, and they're coming out with a revive. So this is Double Dragon, and it's made by the publisher Ukes. You know, the same people that actually made the AEW video game. They're coming out and making this game. So I'm gonna, I'll have the mic muted. So I want you guys to take a look at the video and let me know what you guys think. There you go. Double Dragon, everybody. And like I say, I played the first, the second, and the third Double Dragon game, which is the last one was called the Rosetta Stone. And and believe me right now, Double Dragon has always been a difficult game to actually beat. But I always loved the challenge. Great beat 'em up game, fun to play two players with as a kid. And I'm
there
kind
was
of
even
happy. Yes, this is Double Dragon.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. It's just the series is
Look at
very
that.
famous. There was even a movie. Oh wow, damn, she's
Okay.
hot.
Exactly.
Whoa.
That's exactly why I am going to put it on my wish list because look at the uniform that these girls wear.
Yo, Dan,
Okay.
if this has online multiplayer, I totally would stream this with you.
Oh,
So
definitely. Any
given it,
day, anytime. Listen, I told a bunch of people, if you guys want to stream with me and I got the same game, you just look at my listen, I have a Steam account. Just go to my Steam account, look at the games that I got. If you see the games that you have, the same ones that I have, let's go for it. I'm down for it.
oh
We do
yeah,
a cross stream.
did we
I
exchange Steams already?
Well, what I'm
Yes,
about to do
done.
is I've been falling behind. But what I'm about to do is I talked with members of the community about it about a month ago. But what I'm going to do is I'm adding a new channel for socials, and it's going to be like a forum set where there's a forum for like YouTube channels. So you want people to follow you. That's where you go. Even though we have Dragon Alliance, so like Dragon Alliance is for like take Hugo, you guys, right? People that are in DragonCast or I stream with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have I haven't thought of a name for it, but I'll probably just call it networking. And that's where you can put your Steam social, your YouTube and your Steam accounts. Like there'll be a form for each one, so people just reply to it with their Steam socials, and that way you can go and add a friend. Because
Yeah.
I'm not big enough right now to have a Steam community like Hypno does.
Well, listen, I'm building my community slowly, getting to know people. I got a bunch of people. Like I used to have like 1 or 2 people in my community. I'm up to 23. So I mean, if you got the same game I got, hopefully I can be able to make a schedule and play with you. And we could, if you're a streamer or a content creator, you could stream at the same time with me. It's fun. Believe me, cross streams are fun. And I tell you, I could make my hours, monetization hours. You do your monetization hours as you go also as well. I'm in no competition with anybody. All I care about is having your company time and having a lot of fun playing those type of games. And we also get the old school Double Dragons. Look, at the same time. Check it out. Volleyball edition. We have that comes with the game installed. And check it out. Respectively, look at the scenes. This is very interesting. I tell you, I love Double Dragon. I haven't played a good Double Dragon in years. The last one I had was Neon. It was total fucking trash. Look at the character. Look how good they look. They look like fucking King of Fighter characters. And this, you can't beat it. You can't wish more than it is. And it's made by Ukes. So Uke has never been walked, not yet. So we have because Uke is like one of the lower levels of when it comes to like they're very hidden with their thing. They come out whenever they want, when they make a game whenever they want. We have like Genki. I heard Nintendo's doing Genki for I don't know what the fuck.
Oh yeah, for Switch 2 leaking Switch 2 early.
Oh, mods, can you go ahead and give the SNH link onto the panel?
Yes.
Please. I just saw.
Okay.
I just pulled a break.
Oh,
I keep
if we
thinking
need to
it's
wrap
going to
it
start
up,
at 8.
I can show
Well, no,
you.
we're
okay. You want me to wrap it up?
We're in the last part. Like this is like the last section before show your shit. So
yeah. So what do you guys think about the Double Dragon game? I want to ask people in the chat if it's convincing to you guys. I know some of you guys are Double Dragon fans.
I've never played a Double Dragon game, but
Do you never play a Double Dragon game?
I haven't played in a very long time. I think it was.
I might have tried
Game Boy or
it's
Nintendo.
Fun.
I can't remember.
I think I might have emulated some of them on the Switch.
Doesn't matter. Play it. Look at that. Look at that, bro. Come on.
Ooh, Mary.
Look at that.
She's a beaut.
That's new. She's new. I know. I don't think she's new. I think she's the original girl that got kidnapped.
Oh yeah, I guess she's part of the lore.
Yes, I think so. The Shadow Dragon, something like that. But I like it. Look at this, man. Come on, bro. Who would not play this game?
And who's the mystery fighter?
Let's see.
We don't know.
Yazo Renzo.
He's new.
Yeah.
He's definitely new because I never heard of him.
Okay, I got a game.
Yeah,
I got a game.
I'll stop sharing the screen and
and I'll wait for Dash to share his.
Okay.
And Hugo.
Right.
There you go.
Hugo, did you have a game to share too?
Well, one, yes.
All right.
Just lay out the cards, Hugo.
Okay, I got it. So, this is a weeb game. Anyone like Fairy Tale? Oh.
You mean the? Oh yeah, I like Fairy Tale. Oh wow! Isn't that what's his name? The Ice Wizard. Yeah.
It's not Natsu.
That look cool.
It's the same character design, but Happy's in
it. Jingle Physics. I want this game now.
Yeah. So it looks like you play the anime while also doing like side quests. I'll make the screen bigger.
You're having issues. Okay, let me help you with that.
It looks like you got multiple playable characters. Go through space, just go on a space adventure in anime. You've got combat android maids.
That's cool.
Okay, for the chat while we're showcasing videos, if you're going over to Saturday Night Hypnosis, since I can't raid, just go ahead and say Lavistro raid. Lavistro says hi and tell Cass where's the fucking cake and milk, and at least give you some fucking Kool-Aid. Oh my god!
It's literally Urza.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this game was good though, but it's an RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not crazy with RPG,
Action
but
RPG.
yeah. Besides the Xenoblade and stuff like that, I don't know. I think about it. I give it a chance. But the only thing is Konami.
Well, look
is
at that
shit,
cleavage,
you know?
dude. Give it a chance. No, you're not going to give it a chance. You're going to fucking enjoy it.
Oh yeah,
Look at
I
that
fucking-
cleavage.
yeah, that
Fucking
don't
milk.
look good though. Look at that cleavage. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is true. That is definitely true.
All
I
that
think
milk and possibly cake.
I think Konami is shifting their ways away from the EI now. I kind of
Yeah.
noticed that a lot of games are coming out with the girls with the cleavage
Yeah,
being shown.
like the remake.
Yeah. That looks good.
Oh, look who finally showed up. Hey, Bo. Glad
Oh.
you could make it.
Hey, sorry. You know, tomorrow's Mother's Day, and the restaurant my mom wanted to go to is closed on Sundays. So, spent some
you're
time with
good.
my mom. Yeah.
That's good.
So sorry to interrupt. I know I'm catching it at the end, but I hope we had a good stream.
Oh, we did.
We did.
Oh, yeah,
we
great stream.
covered all kinds of things.
Mhm.
But yeah, we were talking about the Hypno game, and we talked about different topics here and there, like the Pal World. Wow, Dash, you look like you had a fucking seizure.
Oh yeah, probably because I was touching my face and it was blocking my cam. So I'm guessing my avatar was spazzing.
Yeah, we covered like certain lawsuits, and we covered the Pal World lawsuit. We covered quite a bit because the interview was pretty short, which was fine. But yeah, I think we had the audience really interested in.
I was able to catch a little bit of it before we went to dinner. So, and I left it on, gave you a like. So, yeah.
Do you have a game you heard about that you think people might be interested in knowing about?
Other than Claire Expedition 33?
Yeah, it has to be a game we're not playing or streaming. That's the only rule.
Well, still on Blade for PCs coming out, supposed to be next month.
Yep.
Unless I hope St. Hugo doesn't have that one under.
But I haven't ever since Claire Expedition launched. I really haven't paid much attention to anything else new right now. But I'm almost done with it. I think my next stream on it will get to the end of the story.
Yeah. Well, you're good then. I mean, we figured something was going on in here. I'm glad you're doing okay though, and I'm glad you had time with your mama.
Well, last weekend we had some unexpected guests. You know how that goes, and they just would not stop yapping. So,
yeah, I know exactly how that's like. I have a headache problem. At least he's not related, but I have a headache problem with that. His name is BB Seen and Heard.
Oh my god, that's Seen and Heard. He's funny as hell.
I caught a little bit of Dan's stream. And I haven't seen. I'm subscribed to Dash and everything, but I don't get really any notifications when he streams. So I'm going to have to start looking for his manually.
My Discord lets everyone know.
They might be shadow banning me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I have a lot of y'all.
I got to remember to check Discord.
What I'm gonna start doing though is because we got a lot of people coming in. I didn't want to do the everyone thing because there's a certain, because I don't want people to think I'm mad at him or anything. There's a certain Discord in the communities, in our circles, that has a treasure trove of everyone who comes on to Roger Ryan's streams. He adds them into the one person adds them to his Discord, and it pings everyone. So once one of us goes and streams, everyone, so-and-so, everyone, so-and-so, everyone. Like, I had to mute the freaking Discord. But I don't want that happening with mine. So what I'm doing is, originally I had it as YouTube, but I'm going to have me do an emoji system. So everyone who's been on stream, you can literally do an emoji reaction and know when that person is streaming. But everyone, regardless if you're Dragon streamer, Dragon whatever role you are, you're going to get pinged when my shows are on. Obviously, it's my Discord, but that way everyone can follow or get notification on my Discord when they have a new video out, at least on YouTube. If I could do Rumble, I would. I'll let people know. Me6 does not have a good Rumble thing, and for some reason, RumbleBot doesn't seem to have a Discord system, so I don't know how to get Rumble in there. But yeah. So that being said, great to have you, Bo. If you want to take some time to find a game, I'll go ahead and let Hugo share a game if he had one, because I did tell him we do this. He doesn't have to, but if he has one, he can share it.
No, I just haven't paid much attention to anything new. I've been so obsessed with Expedition 33. But go ahead, Hugo.
Well, it's quickly said. I still have hopes for Silent Hill F, though it will still take a lot of time until it's done, it seems.
You don't. You have a game to show the viewers that you recommend. Is what I'm saying. So, like, we look on Steam, or we keep an ear out for games unhurt, like not giving a lot of attention, and we say, oh, well, here we show that on stream. Like, here's a game you guys might like. That way, if they couldn't hear us very well, they have a visual.
I had another title on my mind before, but based on my region, it disappeared from my wish list, and I can't recall from the top of my head how it was called. So that's that.
Yeah, that's okay. That you're good. But I do have one, and this actually was perfect. Because if you have money, this is based on a sale promotion Steam is doing. So Steam is doing Indie Assemble, celebrating indie games, which is what this week's topic was all about. So I chose a game based on it, and I actually thought this would be something cool for us all to play one time, like, as panelists, just to do a play stream one time. But it's called Project Planet, and you destroy humanity with a virus outbreaks, asteroid impacts, and more as planet Earth, or team up with 5 friends as world leaders, industry, media, scientists, and the public, and try to survive. Impossible dilemma, choice matters, create countless paths in the strategy party game. So obviously, I'm going to mute the sound, but
this is a survival game.
Yeah, it's kind of like Among Us or Jack Party. You play for your phone.
I'm not.
Okay.
Protest.
I would still do protest just because I want to watch the world burn. Asteroids coming. What do we do? Protest.
That is hilarious.
I had a game like this on my phone, but it was a simple game. This looks a lot more intricate.
Project Planet, World Domination. That'd be fucking fantastic.
You know what would happen?
Yep.
Every one of us would start a Gooner state.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mine would probably be the most misogynistic Gooner state there ever existed.
The worst.
Mine would be full of redheaded barbarian women.
We'll make a misogynistic world, a planet.
Let me put it this way:
that the feminist women
bad,
will be so
you literally thought you stepped into some sort of hentai dystopian video.
Super fucking hentai, literally.
Furries and monster girls. My state will just be a bunch of non-human chicks.
Super hentai, bro. We'll tell you right now.
You better hope JDA doesn't survive then, because he'd be going to your state, which is fine by me. He ain't going to mine.
What are they symbolizing there?
I won't have any Lucario booty.
But it's part of this sale. So right now, the game, because I want to let's wrapping this up because we were about to go off topic. But it's on sale. The original game is like $24. It's 45% off, so $13. And so they have a couple bundle sales. So right now, if you get it right now, you have one more day because it ends on the 11th. You can get the game. I'm thinking about getting it. You can play it single player, online PvP. It's got Steam achievements, which again, something I like. I like doing achievements. I like that bragging rights. And plus, I've always been someone who likes to have a challenge. But it's seems pretty interesting. Like, I haven't played it, so I can't say is it woke or not. But obviously, it's an indie game. It's an interesting concept, and the concept of destroying humanity or working together to stop a crisis, that sounds fun to me. But the reviews seem all positive, so it's something I recommend. And there's more indie game titles out as well on sale. So they're doing a whole indie sale. So if you're looking for a game to add to your backlog, you probably won't play, or you're going to play, try an indie game, on Steam. And who knows, maybe one day you'll see St. Hugo's games on here as well. So make sure you support him. That being said, we're pretty much wrapping up the stream. I think we filled up the 3 hours with good content and good stimulating conversations. And we finally managed to have all Dragon panelists on here. But sadly, it's time for us to go. And Hugo, as I've told you, and we already know, it's time for Chill Your Shit.
Well, my shit is the game I'm making into the Bigot verse. So check out the progress videos, leave a comment, and all that stuff. And I really suck at shelling for myself, but still, thanks. So, yeah, hope everyone will have a lot of fun with it once it is ready and out there. That's about it.
Yep. And thank you for coming, Hugo. I almost kicked you out by accident. Yeah, I'm still learning the layout for this thing. But thanks for coming, Hugo. I hope we didn't waste your time, and we do appreciate you coming by to share your Hypnotic game and any development. That was, I think everyone got to have an insight of that. That was pretty cool. And you said you're hoping to come out in this summer. You said 2 months, right? So that would probably be July.
Yeah.
Ish. We'll go with July-ish.
July-ish, yes.
Yeah.
Is it coming out on Steam?
No, not on Steam.
StHugo.com?
What?
I mean, StHugo.com. I mean, don't you have a website for me to buy the game or download it?
He might put it on itch.io, or he might even just put it in Bigot verse.
I just send me a link when you on Lavistro. Just send me a link when it comes out.
No, you could also follow St. Hugo on X and
well, I did subscribe to him on YouTube.
Yeah, he also has an X account, which he'll obviously will put updates. And I also have him on. I have Cyber Dragon, my Me6 spot as well. Has him, so whenever he posts something new, you will find out. Like with all guest panelists on DragonCast. That being said, I'm going to wrap it up with final thoughts, and we'll let the guest panelists start out first. So go ahead, Hugo. If you want to give any final thoughts of today's streams, its topics, and what you think the chat should know.
Unwanted updates in Steam can be prevented if you set the corresponding app manifest file to read only. Google the rest.
Yeah. Google the rest. There you go. Google, as much as Google is a pain in the butt, when it comes to searching knowledge, it is still your best friend. Trust me. That's how I found all of Hitler's speeches. Why would I do that? Because I wanted to know his freaking mindset. And I was just searching the question, is Hitler a socialist? And it literally found a speech of his, "We are socialists," where he says socialism can only be achieved by nationalism and anti-Semitism, which was a very interesting read, let's just say, for lack of better words.
I know Hitler had some really out there ideas.
Oh yeah. I don't want this guy coming after me because he's very close to me, but Hitler's own journals, the way he wrote and the way he spoke, especially during the end days, sounded very much like Alex Jones. I'm not saying Alex Jones is Hitler, but like he had some really out there things as well. like out there. Like for example, he believed Germany was the descendants of Atlantis.
Well, when Schwarzenegger got his office, everyone here was joking around. You do know what happens when you let an Austrian into your government, right?
Yeah, but that was back when it was
That's a good
okay to
joke.
make jokes, you know. But yes, Bo, I know you weren't here for the most part, but final thoughts on today's topics and what you were able to grasp.
Well, I'm sure
Because you
they're
are part of the team.
pretty interesting topics. Indie games, I'm checking them out. You know, I'm branching out from different style of games too. I'm never been a big Souls player, but I tell you what, Claire Expedition 33's got some mechanics in it that are pretty cool, even though I suck at it. But you know, I didn't catch a whole lot of the stream, so I can't really say a whole lot about it. I think a game with Hypnotic as a star will be pretty cool. I guess I can take a moment to shield my shit. I took a little break and update if you play Fallout 4 and use the
Well, that
Fusion
part's
Girl.
coming, Bo. That part
Huh.
for the panels is coming after final thoughts.
Oh,
That's
okay.
our outro.
Well,
Yeah, the
that
guest
was my
gets his,
final
the
thought.
guest gets their own special shield of your shit. That's why I zoomed them out specifically.
Well, damn, I'm special. Don't I get, man?
You had your shield of your shit moment. You had your own special episode where we interviewed you.
All right.
That's why
All
I
right.
fucking gave y'all all your own interviews so we wouldn't have this conversation. But you know, no one listens to me. I try to be so nice and try to get to find interesting things for the chat in the panel, and then here they whine and bitch later. Oh, I want to show my own shit. You get to do it every fucking day.
Fine.
Okay, Dan. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Like I say, just stay humble, stay positive, and have fun. All I gotta say. I mean, and like I say, tonight, me and you have a cross stream with
we'll
Winners
talk
for
about
Life.
that part later. We'll talk about
Okay.
that part later. Like that's when you talk about what's going on for the next week until next DragonCast. That's your outro.
Oh, coming out with more upcoming games.
Yeah, hold on.
Looking forward for more upcoming games.
Yeah, Dash, your turn. Remember,
Mhm.
shielding your channels is in the outros.
Yeah,
and final thoughts.
Okay, yeah, my final thoughts are, you know, stay positive, check your play your backlog, you know, don't get too depressed about the state of gaming, and hope that Pocket Pair can survive the wrath of Nintendo.
Oh yeah. Yes, and my final thoughts is you should always support indie devs, especially the ones who are telling you that when you buy their game, you own your copy of their game. That is something that should always be rewarded and should always be encouraged. I think Hypnotic having his own game is awesome, but to be fair, like I've said before, I am very biased towards the boss man because I have a certain amount of loyalty to the boss man, and yeah. But I'm also the kind of guy who will call a spade if the boss man fucks up. But still, a Hypno game, totally getting it. I also want to say that vote for your wallet, but make your own decisions. Read the TO terms of service, and don't, even though you love something, think about what happens if a company you love does something to or a company you think of someone else did what your company your love does to someone else. Like, so basically what happens if someone else went after Pokemon? What would you think if Dragon Warrior came after Pokemon because they copied off of Dragon Warrior, which Dragon Warrior was the first one to do it? So if you guys see that would be unjust, then you have to admit what Nintendo's doing to Pal World is unjust. And so that's why I'm not rewarding those type of games. I also think it's great to see people making new content, making new games, and being aware of what's going on around them. And yeah, so we're here to say our goodbye since Hugo has already sealed his shit. Hugo, thank you for coming. You were very awesome.
Thanks.
And you're always welcome to come on whenever you want to. So if you ever see value you share in the conversation, you're more than welcome. And as I stated, we put you on the Dragon Alliance channel, so Cyber Dragon will keep monitoring your YouTube videos whenever you post out something new. And hopefully we'll see the game in 2 months. That being said, Bo, I know you weren't here much, but and you've been obsessed with Expedition 33. What you got going on for the next week?
Well, my next stream for Expedition 33, which will be in a little while, you can flip between me and Hypnotic while he's going. But I think I'm in a position to finish the main story. I'm really close to finishing the main story of Expedition 33, and then I can get back to regular programming because I have put everything on hold for Expedition 33. The game grabbed me so much. But I did take a break for a little while because I had some really long streams. And during that break, if you play Fallout 4 and you use the Fusion Girl body, I went through every one of my outfit conversions that I have up on Nexus. I haven't some of them I won't be able to put on DEG mods just because of the restrictions of the original creators. So, but I'll update those on DEG mods as I can. But I updated them all, basically rebuilt them from scratch with all the techniques and stuff I've learned over the last 5 years. They're not perfect. They're not absolutely 100% perfect, but they are in much better shape than they were. So if you use that body and like good outfit mods, then all mine are updated. As far as what I do after Expedition 33, I may get back to my Baldur's Gate playthrough, the new Baldur's Gate playthrough, and I have to check out Conan again. It's been a little while since I've let the redhead loose, or even the First Descendant. It's been a long time since I turned Bunny loose. I'm gonna have to free Bunny here soon too. That's about it.
Awesome. And Dan, obviously you're excited about what's going on this whole week for you. What you got going on this next week? Where can people find you?
I have like I said, I have Super Drivers on Mondays, which I dedicate myself to racing games, which is one of my shows on Rumble. And my regular shows on YouTube would be Retro Overkill Furies Dan, which I play retro games and modern games also as well between either 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock around between that time. And I also have No Rivals, which is my second show, which I normally do, which is No Rivals on Rumble, which I do almost the same thing as what I do on the one on YouTube, which is Furious Dan 45. And also, I also have a show on Saturdays, midnight, which is one of my main shows, which is Gooners for Life, which you're in it too, Lavistro, and so is Sonia right there, which we play the First Descendant, which he actually represent the girls in bikinis with guns shooting around, whatever, the works. And I also make appearances on Noise Pollution's show, on Toasty with the Mosty, also as well as your show on the Lavistro. And don't forget Wednesday System Crash. So you can follow me at Wolf46782. Follow me at Furious Dan 3086 on YouTube, and follow me at Furious Dan 45 on Rumble.
Yes.
I know I got
and Dash. What you got going on for the next week, and where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on YouTube and on X. I'm going to be having a music and animation guy on named Neku Boy. I'm going to be hosting him on my platform this upcoming Wednesday. So be sure to catch that. Other than that, I'm just going to be continuing to play Expedition 33 and maybe some more Metroid.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Doom. Yeah. Cannot forget about Doom.
You can't forget about Doom. What about Doom?
It comes out next week.
Yes, it does. Which, sadly, I will be sitting in the backgrounds and not playing it. But I'll be supporting everyone who does because it is a fun game. I just have my principles, but if not for certain anti-cheat software, I would totally have bought Doom. But yeah, looking forward to that stream as well. That being said, my turn. I am Lavistro, the Dragon of Cyberspace, and you can find me on the Rumbles, the YouTubes, the Kicks, everywhere. And I am trying to get to 500 so I could share emojis. So if you haven't subscribed, and you like the fact that we have random topics and random guests on, please, by all means, subscribe and follow me. As far as what we got going on, I had to do Gooners for Life with Dan, which I roast him nonstop because it's fun. And we tried to bring back the old days of gaming. So obviously, one of these days, we're all going to get banned. And they're going to blame me. And I'm going to say, hey, you wanted old school gaming to come back. This is part of old school gaming. So if you're used to Call of Duty lobbies, join us. Because even though we give each other shit, as you can tell, we're still friends. We still love each other. And we're just letting out steam and being guys and gamers. Also, I've been playing Path of Exile, so that's on Sundays. And I got Demonology on Wednesdays, and I got Oblivion Remastered Mondays and Tuesdays, and Witcher 2 Thursdays and Fridays. Obviously, I changed the schedule because I had a bad week with the VA, which left me fucking drained 2 days straight. But we're going to get back into things. Everything's get back on schedule. I also have gaming news videos. For example, I do believe, if I double check, because I got my whole content switched around and I had to remove some things. I had news about Microsoft. I have news of the FTC. I have news about WotC, Mullet Jack. That's another indie game title that I covered back last August. And there's even news about Apple maybe facing criminal charges over Fortnite. So you might want to look into that. Other than that, yeah, I think we've covered everything. Oh, yeah. We might have the Goon Room on, Mikey Doucette, to cover. So if you have kids, this is your future warning. I don't know if nothing goes wrong, we'll be talking about the difference between porn made from a game engine and actual Gooner games with Mikey Doucette, aka the Goon Room. So he said there might be a chance he might have to bail, but as for now, the schedule is still there, and I have to confirm it with nobody, but he's coming the next week, the last week of May. And in June, we'll be spending the month talking about tabletop games with the Electric Goat, possibly Erudite from former Geeks and Gamers Tabletop, Frost as well, and a DM from Start Playing. So yeah, if you like tabletop, we will have a month for that. That being said, y'all enjoy yourselves. Thank you for watching, and happy gaming. You're still here. What? You thought there'd be a post-credit scene or something? This isn't a Disney movie. Show's over. Go get some sleep. Play a video game. Watch another YouTube video. I gotta take care of the Dragon Wing and possibly get some sleep myself. Goodbye all, and thanks for watching. And happy gaming.